I feel like we're live, everyone. Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of The Gamblers, a Traveler Pirates of Drinax campaign. And I want to thank you all for your patience as we were getting ready. Today is the first time that I am running this show on my new exciting computer, which did involve a little bit of adjustments last minute with everything, but we are here, and I'm so glad for it, and to have everybody have this amazing cast and to have this amazing audience here, and I want to thank you all for being here. So I have my notes and a pen.
Oh, I too have a pen.
I see that my last notes, it says pole position. That was yeah. Titles for yep. Yeah. So, hi everyone. Thank you for being here. I would like just to jump in, which is for what is going to most likely be a lot of aftermath. You know what I didn't do? I didn't test everybody's audio, but luckily I can just do that as they're talking. Woohoo!
Wow, look at that.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good. So excited about it.
We have to somehow say testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3 in our face. And I just said it now, so that was
that was the only opportunity.
That was the only opportunity. So, if you all would, I just want us to have our cast introduce themselves before we jump in. And I suppose I should say thank you all for being here. Thank you for being here. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, those of you who are watching live, thank you for being here. You can support us by letting everybody else know that we're live. Send out a going live tweet. You can retweet it if you like. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not the boss of you. But you can if you want. And I think and you can join us on Discord, and you can be a sponsor. You can join our Patreon, which goes to help pay for this amazing cast and also the art, which I have updates for, which I'll tell you about in a second. On my go. I go last, though. And let me see. I feel like that's... Oh, yeah, I have some announcements for you all, but I can't tell you what they are just yet because I do my announcements last because I'm not as important as the cast and also dramatics. So... I mean, it's the most drama. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you have to have the most drama there.
You're right.
So,
you are not as important as the cast. Thank you. Speaking of drama.
Also not as dramatic as the cast.
I know. I've got to just up my drama game. I would like the cast to introduce themselves, say who they are playing, and when we last left, our characters had got onto the ship, the Gambler, and the Gambler was taking off and heading back off of the place where they were, which was the middle of nowhere. And there are things to learn when they arrive. But the question I would like to ask them all is, and this is inspired by some people, and I think you all know who you are. It's probably the entire cast. Who you are, who you're playing, and does your character dance? And if so, what kind of dance do they do? That was the question that I need to ask. And we're going to start with Rocket Fox.
Oh, it's me. Hello, everybody. Rocket Fox here, as always, your second favorite person, and you can find me in all the places where Rocket Foxes can, in fact, be found, which is mostly going to be on Instagram. I'm over on Cybernation Uncensored, coming up on Sunday for my morning play, in which I will be playing some Minecraft, but also on Mondays, I'm over on ELH's channel for Star Trek Show a Station. Thursdays, we are back for Cyberpunk Red weekly play over on Sirenscape. My Steam just put a window up in front of me, so that's neat. And I do have a Patreon, which I recently put up a tutorial for recycled book making. It's super fun, and it's affordable for you, so you should come check it out. And also, as of late, you can find me in grad school, because I'm going to get me an education. Post bachelor's, but as far
I didn't know you could you could learn assassinness in grad school.
Every day I learn assassinness, but you gotta you gotta expand. You gotta learn from the masters. You know, like swords play, knife throwing,
It's true.
poisonings.
They call it pre-dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, anatomy class. Yeah, Stormbender knows. But yeah, otherwise tonight I am playing Harlock, who is your friendly neighborhood so Donnie.
Nobody knows that. I mean,
Yeah,
some people know that. But.
and as we left last time, did make it on the ship. We did have a little moment where there was a teleportation. Managed to get our best friend Evan out of a sticky situation, but
It was
also
very epic.
Teleported one of those Psy monster cat guys and made mental contact. So is that going to have negative consequences? Is part of that cat within her now?
Did you invent displacer beasts? I don't know. Maybe you did.
But then as far as dancing, I will have you know that the Harlock is a very refined dancer. Dances both socially, dances classically, and takes it ridiculously seriously. So seriously.
I am very glad to know this.
Especially social dancing. Takes it wildly seriously.
I don't think you all understand how excited I am to know the answers to these questions because now I know. And when I know these things...
That won't come back around to hurt us in any way.
Right? Welcome to the Space Station Ball.
There's probably not going to be a ball on Marduk, but you won't be here forever.
Universal Ball, the Uniball for sure.
Oh, perfect. I love Uniball.
A shindig, if you will.
All I'm saying is that you can't stay here forever. There will be a place.
Or else.
I mean, you know, I'm just saying you can't stay here forever because you need to earn money. That's why. Otherwise, you'll just, you know. But and when you leave, I'm just saying there might be a big ball, maybe two, like a pair of big balls waiting for you.
Oh, you know what? Before we move on, I do have one more piece of vital information for tonight's stream. That I really need everyone to know that if you ever take a sausage on your overhead carry-on, it will show up like a liquid on, you know, as it goes through security. So please bear that in mind.
Completely unrelated.
Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
It's important information. Good PSA.
I'm just saying that last week's episode was about, you know, the Baron's big poll, and now we're going to find out. Yeah, right. The Heart 37. We're just going to find out now about everybody's relationship with balls. So,
yeah. Which my real question: did the Baron bring his pole back onto the ship?
No way.
Well, I hope someone did.
No way.
No, he wasn't able to, sadly. But speaking of the Baron, Cord, you're next.
Hi everyone, it's me, Cord. Mythomatic. You can follow me mythomatic.tv where I do stuff and all the things I do. I do a lot of things. Okay? So check me out and stuff. I don't know, or don't. I'm not your boss. I am playing Baron Severance. He is a renegade, he's like a renegade rogue or a clone who has gone rogue. And he
doesn't play by the rules.
He doesn't play by the rules. He marches to the beat of his own drum. And he is Drinaxian, so he's like this mission and this thing that we're on, this whole privateering thing is he's super passionate about. He up until now, and a pretty good pattern is just not been succeeding in a lot of little things and mainly a lot of events in his life. So he's trying to prove to himself and to others that he can fucking do anything. Like anything at all. As far as dancing and Severance, I don't think he does. I think socially, right? He knows how to dance around, but I don't think he ever like given himself time to because he's trying to be like, maybe if at some point he feels literal joy, then maybe. But I feel like he's constantly like there's a burden that he's just trying to always. I don't know. There's also a part of me that's like, would he be like in what was it? Boondocks when what's his name would dance around the forensic site? You know what I mean? What's his name?
The forensic side?
The guy,
You're
you
not
know, the
talking about-
guy. It was Boondock with what's his name with the voice? This guy, I forget his name. Who would be the he would like there's a firefight.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
like, dancing around
Willem
and those
Dafoe?
things. Willem Dafoe, yeah.
Willem Dafoe.
Where like Willem Dafoe has that like interesting scene where he dances around like a weirdo. I feel like that's what Severance could also do. So I don't know. I haven't explored that yet. I don't. My initial thought is no, he doesn't. But like, if we were to open up the blast doors someday, he may be listening to classical and interpretive dancing by himself, and then immediately not let anybody see or play it off like nothing happened. As far as my phase browse go, they're still here because we're still on backup camera until I fix the DSLR. So that's it. Hi everybody. That was a long-winded intro, and I'm ready to play. I had a cup of coffee if you couldn't tell. I also got my nose pierced this week, so I'm itching my nose.
Oh.
Just tell me not to. I'm not supposed to.
Don't.
Man, it's annoying.
Side middle, where?
This little guy.
Oh my god! Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm hoping to get her a hoop in 6 months, but now I've got to get this
Hey.
little thing until
Very nice.
then. Yep, it itches and it feels like there's a booger in there, but I can't do anything. So if you see me chat reaching for my nose, slap my hand. Thank you.
It eventually won't be.
Our next person up is Ari. Ari, who are you? Who are you playing? And does your character dance?
Hi, I am Ari Ventures. You can find me here. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me you can find me a lot of places. If you want to see live performances, though, you have to be in Seattle and go to the Pike Place Market. I think my next confirmed show, I'm in a show called Genre Box, which is where we get a story from the audience and then a genre to go over top of it. And last week we had this sort of fish out of water comedy, like Miss Congeniality, or what was the name of that movie where the protector guy had to go into a kindergarten to take care of the mob boss's son.
Kindergarten Cop.
Yes, like Kindergarten Cop.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was it Arnold
Willem
Schwarzenegger?
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the.
I would love to see Willem Dafoe do that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
All right, kids, write it down. It's snack time, everyone.
For some reason, I had it stuck in my head that it was The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I don't know. I didn't actually see the movie, is the thing. So the best part of this.
Coming.
Oh my god!
Exactly. Kindergarten Cop 2.
I think a little before.
Second grade.
Second grade.
Yeah, that'll be the sequel.
So you can find me there. And the sequel. Yes. I think those are the things. Oh, there's another show coming up, but I can't talk about it yet. I'll talk about it later. And what was the question? Oh, dancing. So Tarika, who comes from noble parents, but if you call them noble, they will absolutely tell you not to do that in no uncertain terms. I believe they would have been taught like all of this sort of official Drinaxian classical dances. They would know those to a T. They would be able to do them with their eyes closed. But if they were dancing on their own, I think they would likely they would be the person in the corner with their like glass, just sort of like swaying to the beat of the music. Like that would be their dance. Like if they could dance, that would be their dance.
For the record, knowing the vibe of Traveler, right, which was sort of created in the 70s, and is a sci-fi game where nobles have swords and duel with swords, and there's also sword play on ships because it's a little bit safer than shooting slugs in a ship in space. That says to me that the official noble Drinaxian dances probably look very, very Regency. I think there's some like serious Jane Austen sort of line dancing vibes going on.
There's a lot of like hand touch, turn, everyone, and line through, and hand touch, and bow.
And turn, and bounce, and clap, clap, clap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your back is ramrod straight.
Yeah.
The crossed arms and you kick the legs.
Severance pipe straight.
Yeah.
A hard 38. 37 straight. Yeah.
We just keep aging this poor person.
I know. I imagine there's like and depending on where you're at, the sort of the different sort of. Somebody asked, not a paso doble or a flamenco. Those might be in there. Depends on how spicy you are. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
but
like
also,
if you were like
Depends on the tech
closer to
level.
the planet, probably you would end up in some of those more sort of like flamboyant dances.
depends
But
on
I
who
think
the king is.
This is surface
Yeah.
dance. Yeah.
This leads us to Grimjack. Greg, who are you? Who are you playing? And does your character dance?
Hi, everybody. I'm Greg, Grimjack21502. I'll be playing Dr. Valentine Val Morrissey. Does Val dance? Absolutely. His dance of choice would be the Hugh Grant from that was it Love Actually? Yeah. We're just through the and that he's done that before. It's canon.
It's good.
It is. I was asked one time what he was doing. He was dancing through the halls of the Gambler when we first got on there, and that was the
that's
dance
right.
he was doing.
Mhm.
But what is let's see, Val's up. Val received some interesting information in the last episode about another one of the crew members.
Yeah.
And so he has got a lot of testing to do. One, he has to test everything that's going on in the past as far as genetics and things like that. Two, he has to make sure that everything present is okay with this particular person. And three, he has to test to make sure everything's going to be okay in the future because he's testing. 1,
2, 3,
three.
you motherfucker! You. How was it? Was it good? Was it good sound? That was great. You. I was like, I wonder if anyone's going to do it, and then I was going to retroactively try to fix something, and then Greg did it. Oh my god, that was amazing! Thank you.
I'm just watching all of y'all. So here's the thing. I'm troopersjp, and I'm your GM for today, and maybe also next week as well. I have some news. And one of the news is I'm probably going to announce somewhere in the middle of the game, right when it's appropriate. Probably soon. And it'll be exciting for you, chat. I don't know how the rest of the group is going to feel about it, but I'm excited.
Oh, no.
And
I was excited till that laugh.
Oh, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Hold it.
I'm very excited myself. So just a side note, I just turned in, you know what I did last night? What I spent some time doing, and it's because of the crew. You may or may not remember that I went and I've been talking to Void Smoker to commission art for all of the PCs and also the ship, which is very exciting, in both its regular form and also its form as the Stone Jackal. And then I thought, well, I should probably also go and get art of the important NPC, which would be Sue. And I was like, oh, well, they picked up Wesley, so I'll make sure I have Wesley as well. And I was like, all right.
Evan?
And then also Evan. And then I said, Void, don't finalize everything yet because I don't know who's gonna die last week. So just wait. And then I was like, oh, and you kidnapped Karine. So also do Karine. So I just went and I got together the art for Karine. So we now have on the deck, arriving at some point in time from our amazing, amazing artist, Void Smoker, the Harlock, Tarika, Doc Morrissey, Val, and Baron Severance, and the Gambler, and the Stone Jackal, and Sue, and Wesley, and Evan, and Karine. I just want you all to know that it is all officially...
Wow, that's so exciting.
Officially done. And I'm excited for that because at this moment, Void knows some secrets about the NPCs that you don't know. Yeah, that's all.
What?
Because Void needed to know them for the art purposes. So,
I cannot wait to just scan and investigate every pixel of those things.
Oh, so excited. So that said, we should begin, and please note there's going to be a surprise for you all later. It's a chat surprise. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I suppose I didn't say, if you donate and you give tips and bits and you leave a message, I will read out those messages at our intermission and at the end, because all of that goes to help, pay the cast and then also pay for the art that we're getting.
And the art.
And the
Thanks,
art.
everyone.
Oh, I'm so excited. Y'all, I'm so excited. So, go ahead, donate if you like. And if there's anything left over, I will get some stuff myself, but I get paid last. So let's talk about where we're at.
Sorry, that is the dog. She wants to be fed.
Okay, I was just going to think, was that their stomach? Because Ari, if that were your stomach,
really
I'd be
great.
like, impressive.
Wow.
Oh,
I would have been like,
hungry.
all right, yeah.
I thought that was Trooper queuing up a sound effect.
I did too.
I guess we're all fucked now.
Evan, are you awake?
Great.
So,
No, she's over here.
Oh,
She's
Evan's
like,
hungry.
hey girl, hey.
Oh my god.
so last week on the session called Pole Position, our antagonists had been marooned on the main continent of Marduk, which, according to everyone's knowledge, is uninhabited. As far as anybody knows, nobody lives on that continent at all. It is taboo. All of the Marduk indigenous folk, none of them go there to that continent. They all live on these islands, sort of separate from each other, and they don't speak to each other at all, and they don't get along well. So it's a bunch of really sort of disparate groups of people who cannot understand each other linguistically. And so there's no sort of central structure to the planet. Oh, wait, I lied. There's GDCO, the General Development Corporation, which is the central structure for this planet and many others. They're the ones that have built and run the space station above and also the starport town below. They also have a bit of a small presence on the continent, on the very, very edge of it. They have not gone inside at all, where they have like a fishing, sort of mining and fishing port. So they are, what's the word, shall we say? They are, I don't want to use the word exploiting, that seems so rude, but they're cultivating the resources on this planet wherein the people are not really, involved. So that's exciting. So they're your sort of central authority, I suppose. Although they don't claim authority over the planet, just, their section.
Management.
Just management. They're just management. They're just here for the good of everybody. This poor planet was raided by some raiders from Ogma, which is one of the nearby planets. And these Ogma raiders also attacked the high port, which is not normally done and usually not a good idea. So the high port, as far as you all know, the space station was attacked by these Ogma raiders because you'd heard it. You don't know the current state of affairs up there. You did have a meeting with Alexis Draban, who is the big main manager for the GDCO here. Downport, you have not had that meeting because you were shot down. It happens. But there was a request to meet with you to discuss you sort of being, perhaps, since you're an armed ship, perhaps doing a bit of deputy work, as it were, but you didn't get to have that conversation fully. But as you all arrived back onto your ship that was called down, you were on this ship. There are people who are injured. There are people who are damaged. Evan is unconscious. Karine is there because she got on with you all. And it is all of you together on this ship, all in different spots, left off. And you all have things and thoughts. Evan is unconscious. Karine is up. Wesley is trying to be helpful, but needs to say something. And each one of you is all in your different spot in the ship, as the ship is going to be heading away from the continent, the abandoned continent, which, as you now know, is not at all abandoned, but as far as anyone else knows, is. I need to know the following questions. where do you have the ship go? I want to know what you all are up to in this moment.
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think we would likely, last time we had talked a little bit about swooping back by the station, just do a little sneak by to see if there was anyone else we could pick up, or, you know.
Because you did have a whole bunch of what's the word?
Passengers, they're gone now.
Yeah, probably a lot of them are, but you might be able to find some.
Well, and we had mentioned the some that want to get off the station probably really want to get off the station. So
there might be some opportunities for you up there. So I'm going to pull back the curtain and ask each one of you, where is each one of you at this moment? If I remember correctly, we've got Tarika on the bridge, flying that ship. We have the Baron in the small little sort of galley area, looking out into space. They found some of their items had actually teleported to the ship. Some of them not really functional anymore, but some of them are. We have Val in the makeshift medbay. It's not a full-on medbay, but kind of like a makeshift medbay. You need a couple mega credits to fix that up for real. With an unconscious Evan and also doing tests. And the Harlock, where are you?
Last we left the Harlock, she was in her quarters, meditating, legs kind of in lotus position, doing a light float. And just, you might see just like a little kind of movement going on behind the eyes because it was a strange experience.
And if I remember correctly, because I don't want to rub anything in or distress anyone, but Tarika shot Evan in the back.
Yes, she did.
And Evan is still unconscious.
For now.
Yeah, for now. They almost killed him. And I know that Tarika, they're not a person who really enjoys hand-to-hand violence, but then was like maybe about ready to go and like stab Finan. So clearly they're not in the best of spaces.
To be fair, the wild animals mouth stabbed Finan for them. So
that's
good
true.
News, everyone.
That's true.
Good news, all. Finan is gone. They ate him.
That means that Finan was not able to complete Finan's mission.
No. I don't think we didn't bring any remain. We didn't even try to find Finan.
You did not. Nope. And if I recall correctly, the Baron had a very weird experience where they ran into
very, very naked, incredibly naked.
Yes.
That's not as weird.
Except that they thought they weren't naked.
So weird.
That's all.
But he didn't think he was, and I mean nobody else would have known about his other experience. So
yeah, and the doc found out some strange information about the Baron, whose scans were off, and the Harlock. The Harlock has some thoughts, some things to think about when it comes, I think, to the psionic presence on this planet. And, so Karine and Wesley are on the bridge because that is where they can find people. And Karine is kind of standing around, not quite certain what to do. And Wesley is sitting... is hovering. Wesley is hovering near Tarika. Where are we going? We have to go back to the station.
Yes, that is the direction I'm headed in.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Why are you Why do we need to go back to the station, Wesley?
What?
Why did you say that we need to go back?
Because we have, I
I
have
think
good
it-
news.
At some point during this, Harlock would come onto the bridge.
I have good news.
Excellent. I could
Yeah.
use some good news.
Good
Ah.
news.
Um,
The main good news I want to hear is totally just looking at Tarika and ignoring Wesley. The only good news I want to hear right now is what state the ship is in. The Gambler. How's she doing?
she didn't get hit. Where we were at, we didn't get hit at all. So that's great. Other people got hit though.
Yes, it definitely seemed pretty rambunctious when we were going down, although I think most of our attention was on the immediate nature of our descent.
Are you all right?
Yes, fine. Absolutely fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're all fine. The ship is fine. The Gambler's fine. So everything is fine.
Tarika, under your eyes, the ship seems fine. Not that I don't
Yes.
trust you, Wesley. I just,
Oh.
you're just a little younger, is all.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I'm 20 though. 21.
Yeah.
I said I'm 21.
Yeah, no, I've
I
seen
have
the
paperwork.
I've heard.
We don't need to see it. Wesley, it's okay. We don't need to see
Okay,
the
but
paperwork.
We're never
Well,
going
actually,
to
go
need
ahead
to
and I'll
see
take
it.
a look at the paperwork if you have it.
Oh, are you sure? Because I have it.
Yes, I would like to see it.
Wesley hands over a nice sort of ID card, very fresh.
Now that Severance has it, Harlock is going to kind of lean over and look at it.
Tarika is just gonna like roll their eyes. Like they're gonna turn back so they're facing out to the port, but they're just like eyes go all the way up to the top. And I assume like in looking at everything that I can see, it does look like the ship is fine. It doesn't look like the Gambler got hurt.
No,
Okay.
it is fine. Can I get a deception roll?
For me?
No,
From
from
Wesley?
no, from the Baron. That's what I need. I need a deception roll from the Baron.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Is he gonna know what we already know?
Are you gonna know what you already know? First off, I am scandalized that you might think that the ID might not be real. You will get a boon on this roll, by the way. Just
Social or intel?
ooh, you could go either one, but you'd have to tell me why.
Social, because I'm more reading him while I have this piece of paper than actually reading the piece of paper. I don't know how to tell a faker or not, but I do know I can tell a liar. 14.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
so,
you can.
So, let's talk about this for a moment. This is a critical success.
On paper.
So that means you're going
Unknowing
to find
something
out.
we already pretty much knew.
Well, yeah, but now you get more information. Yes,
Okay, great.
this is
And it's
this is
confirming. Critical confirmation.
fake. This is fake. This is not real. This is a fake ID, 100%, and you knew that. Yes. Is it not lined up again? You should be able to see it. I'm seeing it right now. By the way, chat, I'm seeing it lined up right now. Let me see what I got going on here. Where are you? Where are you, my friends? Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Speaking,
I'm seeing it.
all around the world.
It is a little low. It is a little low, but that's also that actually is not me. That's the roll box itself. I've got to go in when I get a little bit of extra time and reprogram this, reprogram the Roll20 sheet, because the roll box itself is not where it needs to be. It is.
I did think it looked a little low.
It is a little low. It's a little low. I'll work on it. And I think I can probably get that. It's a little low, but it is absolutely 100% a fake ID. 100%. Just for
How old
real.
are you?
But you have a critical success. So I will also tell you that this does not seem to you to be done professionally, in the sense that you have no indication from this that Wes. Yes, but that Wes, like, look, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'll probably pass.
For those who don't care.
At a bar. Yeah, right.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would pass at a bar, absolutely. But I think that what I would say is that you do not get the sense that it's done by professional criminals. So Wes
they
did
had a
Microwave
letter mark.
saran wrap on top of this thing and call it a day. What is it?
probably like what you're imagining, looking at the skill done at it. Wes probably knew somebody who supplied fake IDs to a lot of people who were underage, right? That kind of very low level, sort of basic sort of forgery, not anything super great. Probably would not, but also the planet that they're from is not particularly high tech anyway, so it would be fine there. You also get the sense that this was done recently, so this is not a particularly old fake ID. You probably figure it could not be more than a couple months old, so somewhat recently done.
Very proud of it. That makes sense.
Yeah, also cheap, right? Not particularly expensive. I mean, you probably would not charge a lot for this. You have no idea what he spent on it, but not like pretty cheap. It does not part of any like locally done, relatively fresh and recent. And since you use social standing, that's interesting. How do I phrase this for you?
You could be as transparent as you like. I rolled a critical.
Yeah. I have to phrase this just the right way, though.
That's fair. Wes looks young,
Oh my
right?
God, he's like 12, isn't he?
Wes is like, I'm 21, but Wes does not look 21. Wes looks like 16 or 17.
Like a soft 17.
Or yeah, maybe Wes looks like 16, but
A very soft 17 will take him down to a 15 easily.
yeah,
Right.
like we're in
Who
that
knows?
range is what Wes looks like. But because you did this on social standing rather than intelligence,
Mhm.
Wes
Seem
doesn't
naive.
seem 16. Wes actually does seem older.
Right.
At first glance, you'd be like, oh, Wes is like 16. But as you're sort of checking out this in this moment, the vibe you get is not that Wes is concerned about you discovering that he's 16, right? That doesn't seem to be the emotional anxiety or the emotional tension for Wes. That's like, if you're not paying attention, right? Like if you just listen to what it is, that's clearly what it's about. But as you're sort of studying the ID and studying Wes, that's not
Hiding
actually
something
it.
more than just his age.
You don't think he's hiding his age at all. Or he's probably around 21, you think. That's like when you're sort of like when you're studying his behavior and like when you look at him a little bit closer, you're like, oh yeah, actually you probably aren't 16. So this is not about age. Whatever it is, it's not about that.
Could it be life experience? Hasn't experienced too much?
There is an anxiety that Wes has that is attached to this ID, but your crit tells you it's actually not age.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start, I think, thumbing through the air bubble that is left on the ID as it sort of clicks under my thumb.
I'm imagining this ID also had, you remember when you printed things and had those little things on both sides that you had to like bend and crease and tear off with the dots on
Yes,
it?
right,
I'm
right,
imagining
yes.
one of those still on there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. And I just sort of Wesley, how old are you? It says you are. When's your birthday?
Why?
Wesley, this is terrible.
I'm trying to see if
What?
this is.
It's-
Trying to see
Wait.
if you are. Is this real?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
Is it?
What?
When is your
Is it?
birthday?
Wait, that's too many questions. I'm sorry. Am I
Don't worry
supposed-
about it. Don't worry about her. Answer me. What is this? What's your birthday?
Oh.
Is it real?
Yes. My Yes, my birthday. It's
You know what? Never mind. Here you go.
Wait.
Here.
It's
Thank you.
Does this matter? Are we going to not have him on the ship anymore as a result of the validity of
No,
this?
not at all. No.
We can
Well,
have him on
then-
the ship, but I would like to know who it is we're sailing with.
Fair question.
We can't have just people who are lying to us. Wesley.
I have news.
What is
Nice
that?
dodge. What's the news?
We have to go back to this. I got passengers for us.
Oh,
Great.
that is good news. Is it the passengers we'd booked before?
No,
Yeah, I imagine some of them might have gotten, back there.
there was a bit of a panic and people started leaving, but not everybody could leave because some of their ships were damaged and people with money left real quick, and there are a bunch of people without any money and they need to leave too. So, and
Perfect
they were
time
sort of
for it.
stranded. So I said that they could get on our ship.
I hate this idea.
To-
Tarika, bring us to this station.
Get on our ship, pay to ride on the ship, yes?
We said we'd make a deal because they lost their ships and their livelihood and they were sort of stuck, and so they needed.
Oh, you're
leave.
sounding like the doctor. This is killing me. Harlock is going to walk over to kind of the side and spin around, lean back, and sit on one of the consoles.
But because they were sort of stranded, and
How much of a discount, Wesley?
I said that you'd all work it out. That's all.
Well, at least you left that open.
Oh, good.
But
You
I said we take
realize
them.
if we don't make
You know what?
Wesley, pure, young, maybe 21, maybe not Wesley. Listen,
Totally 21.
one thing you're going to need to learn while you're here with us, we appreciate taking initiative, and the Harlock will look at Severance. We appreciate initiative, yes?
Now we appreciate initiative.
But we are going to need to be able to make some money too, or else we will be stranded. And we can't take anyone anywhere if we are stranded now, can we?
Right, but there was this family and they had a ship and they were traders and their ship was destroyed. And
Wesley, how many people did you say we'd make a deal with? Wesley, I don't like that look.
a couple. I mean, we can. I mean, we have extra space, right?
Not a very good liar, Wesley. How many is a couple?
If I said 15, would you be mad?
If you said more than 15.
Harlock just is going to walk out of the room.
But there were. I know we don't really have a lot of space, but I
Correct.
figured we could double up.
Low berth. That will
Harlock
help
walks back
accommodate our
in.
discounts.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Did you say I thought I heard something really, really humorous? I thought you said you'd found 15 people.
Yeah.
Did find 15, or were you just testing the waters with 15, but you actually got like 35?
Severance, no.
No, it was 16, but
Just
I knew it.
16?
I knew it.
and some animals.
And
Well,
What-
but
what
to be fair, if we are offering discounts in fare, we can absolutely put a few more people to a berth or take them low berth. Yes.
We can't put animals low, but what are we talking like?
No, the
Like,
animals are certainly an issue. Yes.
Where are we going to put the animals? What kind of animals are these? Are we talking like giant animals, little animals that you can stack on top of one another? What are we talking here?
They were really cute animals. They were adorable.
Cats?
No,
Good. Enough of cats.
There's
not
a bear.
cats. Hmm?
Tribbles?
Oh, my
No.
word. Okay.
Uh,
Okay, this is
they
fine.
kind
This
of
is
they
fine.
kind of look like I don't exactly know a name for them because we didn't have them on my planet, but they sort of look like deer but with like longer necks.
We can't have what do we Wesley, this isn't a
Grebes.
floating zoo.
Well, but there was
Grebes,
Are you
Those are
saying you brought
carnivorous.
grebes?
grebes
Yes.
are carnivorous. They're bringing grebes on board. They're
yes,
carnivorous.
but
Even if we could fit the grebes.
Oh,
I will not have greeds on the gambler.
but the family really needs to move the grebes, or you know, it's really important. It's life and death.
okay. We can we can
We can have them, but you need to take care of them, Wesley.
Yeah, you have to be responsible for this. You have
You've
to
gotta-
feed them.
you
You have to
feed them.
water them.
Thank you.
You have
Yes,
to exercise them.
that's
You
right.
do- Right, yes.
Okay,
You got to take them on their walks throughout the up and down the thing. And if I see one speck of shit from these grebes,
Teeth, they need their teeth brushed. I'm pretty
you
sure
and the
everything
grebes
needs
are out of
their
the
teeth
ship.
brushed.
I don't care where we are.
Yeah, I
Dance
agree.
among the stars if you need to.
Yes.
it's just that people lost their ships. That's all.
I
People got
lost my
hurt.
clothes.
Uh,
I have them again, but I lost them for a moment.
That's true. They were gone.
I was naked.
You
And
were
a lot of
naked.
my dignity was left back on the planet.
Did you
You
say
had
you had a
dignity
kid?
to start with?
No dignity.
Yes, no.
Oh, not
I
a
was
kid.
wondering
Oh,
that.
yeah, I thought you had maybe had an organ fall out.
I
This-
didn't. So I left them. I left them on the station when the ship. They were going to come in, but then all of a sudden the ship just started moving, and I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" And then Sue was just flying, and so.
Probably for the best.
But they're waiting for us. So and
Wonderful.
Okay.
I
um,
gotta get my quarters.
I at that point I think Harlow could walk over and just hands on Wesley's shoulders. Wesley, you did an okay thing. I'm not going to praise you because this is a very stressful situation. But your heart is in the right place and we like that. That's a good thing. Never do this again. Never, Wesley. Don't ever do this again.
okay.
And then just it's gonna go back.
Val would be in the door frame listening to the ass end of this.
Oh yeah, as Harlock passes by Val, Grebes.
Crap.
16 passengers in Grebes.
Only a couple
Good
grebes.
though.
Just a couple grebes.
Wesley, if they damage the ship, if they damage the gambler, you will have an opportunity to repair it with a toothbrush. And I say that as someone who thinks that you're doing an admirable job and is also very worried for this ship. Just
Val would step forward and drape an arm over Wesley's shoulders. What'd you do, Wes?
We get new passengers. They need help.
They're not paying, right? That's what
A
I'm
little, I
understanding.
think.
that they have to pay, Val. They
Wesley-
have to pay.
Right. Well, I think that what Wesley's trying to say here is that Wesley was kind enough to purchase passage for all of these people. Wesley, that's incredibly generous.
Doctor,
Good for you.
doctor.
Yes. Yes.
Tarika, I'm about to yell. No, this is fine.
She about to yell in there.
Yes,
Oh boy.
but
So,
we're
We
gonna pay.
cannot run any missions if we have all these people. How are we going to make any You realize that as soon as we get to the next place, we are going to have to pay for all of the repairs. We're going to have to pay for everything, and we can't borrow things in and gestures over to Tarika, politically correct manner. If we
Yes.
have a ship full of people
Privateer.
and animals, We're not going to be. What are we going to have everybody do? Jump onto another ship and annoy them to death?
Well, let's. I think that the best thing to do here would be let's go back to the station, see these people that are desperate for Wesley's help. If we don't approve of them,
I don't
get
want
on
to
the
see
ship.
them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to look at their sad little puppy eyes.
I don't have a problem. I have an excellent
Harlock-
bedside manner.
The Harlock, we can always put them in low berth. We're offering them passage. The passage was not identified as actually
Is there
being.
enough room for 16 down there?
I
We'll have
only
to see
have-
which.
8 low berth.
We'll have to
No,
see
we only
which of
have
them look the most mischievous, and those are the ones that can stay out. Maybe they can help us run a mission or two.
Oh my
Um,
God.
Well,
Lord gods above, give us patience in this time of mercy before I don't have any.
There is
I have
no
a
patience. There's no patience.
question. Who
Yeah.
is
You think that you-
that? And Wesley points to Karine, who's just like leaning up against one of the walls of the ship and just watching all of this.
That's Karine. She's 21.
Karine goes, I'm not 21, I'm 27.
Hard
Yeah,
27.
Do you-
Sorry.
I'm so. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have your papers?
Green's an excellent mechanic. See where we're going with this, Wesley?
And Wesley goes,
Do you have ice on your planet?
no.
Okay.
I mean, yes, but not all the, like, it's not an ice planet.
Okay.
It's
So
okay.
you're
That
currently
analogy
walking on
won't work.
thin ice.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
That's
he-
exactly that, doctor. That is exactly what's happening. Thin ice. The thinnest of the ice.
I'm
Okay.
still in your corner.
Okay. And Karine says, so, and, you know, Karine has got, you know, her hair's parted in the middle and she's got her hair braided. And she wears, right, this sort of like this sort of bright red and blue sort of tunic with one sleeve cut off with a glove. And she's got like a belt with a little knife and all that. And she says, I think perhaps we have some, I will be staying where?
With Wesley. Wesley, you have a new roommate. Isn't that exciting?
She goes, I
Oh.
was
I
looking
want him.
forward to not having a roommate.
We have
You
16
picked up
people.
16 people, Wesley. All your dreams are out the fucking window now.
Yes. There will be no privacy ever again.
No privacy.
Any privacy you thought you would ever have is now gone. Gone.
I could move in with the doc.
You could if the doc was willing to say yes.
Ah.
I can
Listen, let's
attest
go
to the
talk.
fact that there's no way you're going to get a yes out of him at this point.
Yes, that's not happening.
I
The
already,
heat,
I'm,
the heat is turning up and the
I
ice
already-
is getting thinner.
I already have somebody in there, Wesley. Evan is currently in the other bed. Who's Evan, you
is-
say?
How is
Well, these
Evan-
are all stories that you will learn, Wesley, as we learn the 16 chapters of the book you apparently wrote when you were on the station. You'll get to hear about the 2 chapters that we wrote down on the planet when we were getting shot at and potentially eaten.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 people!
There's 23 people. Yes.
There are 23 people and livestock coming aboard!
You could have a sports league.
We're gonna have an entire
True,
tournament!
we could have them fight to
Oh.
a death.
I
good.
mean,
I
they're
like
going to
this
pay
idea.
something. I just said that we give them a
Oh, good.
discount because they, you know, they
Wesley,
lost
we'll make
everything.
I'm sure
wholesale
Severance
discount?
will admin them when we get in here, but we
Okay.
need to talk before we can.
Can't wait. I would love to talk with you also, Wesley.
Oh.
Wesley, speaking of which, do you have that comm dot? The one that so we can talk to you privately?
Yes.
May I see it?
He hands you this small little comm dot.
Great, thank you. I see
I-
you've misplaced mine.
Oh,
And I just fasten it to my vest.
oh, okay. So
If you're sending a message to Wesley, you're now sending a message to Severance. Just
okay. Should I take Karine into my room?
with consent.
No, I meant, is that where? Okay. Ma'am.
Yes, the short answer is yes, Wesley.
Okay,
Show her
yes,
where
yes.
her bunk is, which is now in your room.
Okay, ma'am, if you'll follow me, she's a mechanic? He goes, and I'm not a mechanic.
A brilliant mechanic. The best we've ever seen.
I'm not a
She's not a mechanic.
Fantastic. Just
But whenever you're ready, Wesley, meet me in the captain's quarters. Thank you.
And Wesley takes Karine out, just down. You're all on the same floor, really. The ship's not that big. This area is not that big. So, takes Karine off to her room. And while we're here, I feel like I can just move over and let the audience just remind you all, about the ship. This is the part of the ship where people live, right? This second deck. And there are 4 very nice rooms and 4 less nice rooms and 8 low berths, which are down in the cargo area because low berth is cargo, basically. And the Harlock's in one of the nice rooms. Dr. Val's in the other. Severance is in the third. These are the officers' quarters. Just put Severance right there. Which means there's one really, really nice officer's room still open. And then you have these 4 other rooms, one of which has Tarika, one of which has Wesley, and I suppose now Karine. I will also note that you need a space for Evan eventually. And I'm just letting you all see how much space you have left.
yes.
And you have 8 low berths is what you have. And
Got a great big cargo bay.
They can all sleep in there.
I am not having
You
any
know,
animals on the Gambler.
Well, I don't think there's much of a choice at this point. Should have brought that up with Wesley. Wesley,
don't
who
have to
brings animals
agree.
on board.
We can simply say, I'm sorry, we've run out of berth.
Now that the boy's gone, maybe we can just talk to these people, see if there's any type of compromise to be met. If there isn't, I'm sure we can find some other people that are willing to get out of here much faster and pay more.
Oh, yes. I wonder what they're, where they're intending on going, and if it has anything to do with where we are going.
They're going to go where we go. That's where they're going to go.
Right, I know that, but I was wondering if they knew that.
Hey,
They
We're
will.
sold on them getting on here?
Doctor, I assume that you would be able to check all these passengers and make sure that if we put, well, the ones that we do put in low berth won't pass away down there or anything.
Yes, I'll give them a physical before I put them under. I'm not going to put anybody with a condition under, but yes.
Oh, my
But,
Lord.
I mean, are we sure we're going to take 16 people and whatever?
Two grebes, 2.
I don't want any grebes. I'll fight that one to my dying day. And if they
I'm
do
signing
come on,
the
they're
charge.
going to be repairing with
They're
a
going to have their
toothbrush.
sad eyes. They're going to look at you. Oh, these are grebes. Oh, our family descended from
perfectly
these
capable of
Have you
grebes.
giving them
seen a
eyes
grebe? They've
perfect.
got horrible eyes. They don't have sad eyes. Those things are vicious. They've got these
No!
vertical
They're
eyes that
humans.
look like
Their people
Very
are going to be
predatory.
like,
very
the people are
predatory.
going to be like, oh, these are the grebes that passed down throughout the generations. We rely on
With their
these
scales
grebes.
and their
for-"
antlers.
Oh,
Ugh, it's
my
awful.
word, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible.
Okay, as the lights go down, everybody, are we going to head to the station now, or are we heading
Yeah.
away?
Well, we
No,
could
we're
just
headed
ditch
to
them all.
the station.
I think we're just bitching about the fact that now
Yeah,
we
we
have
have to. We
I
have
have an
to.
idea. We could just
obviously.
leave them.
I like the idea.
Yeah, but
a
some money's
sound
better
idea.
than no money, you know? I mean,
at least get them
Is
into
it?
low berth. At least
Yeah.
fill our low berth.
because they won't bother us, the ones that are in low berth anyway. And that's more than what we'd have without, so.
Well, let's go with the idea that we can give them the option of taking 8 of them with us in low berth.
And they will get to
And-
fight. They'll, choose amongst who of them will.
I think they should fight. I like, ones that can hold their own, survivors, as it were.
Fight to get on the ship?
Just a little bit of a fight.
I was joking. I don't know about how long.
Just a
I no
little,
longer think this is a joke.
Not either.
Just talk to them.
Oh my gods.
Not the grebes,
right.
the people.
Yeah, well, I don't speak Greek. I will do my best.
Speak a little Greek.
No
Really?
greaves.
Hey, chat.
Okay.
I need to have a conversation with you all.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, here it comes. Something's happening.
This is where we end up with something that requires an aquarium.
So, chat, in case you wanted to know, I have now turned on your channel point options.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes.
There are many of them. You now have the ability to buy passage, to be a passenger on this ship.
Yes.
Whether or not they pick you up, you'll be in the queue. You'll be there waiting. And I would like you to know that there are multiple options for you. You can
I love this.
purchase low pass, basic pass, middle passage, or high passage. And you also have how many jumps you would like your person to go. You could go anywhere between 1 to 6 jumps. And also how much it costs, how many channel points is how many credits that passage is actually worth.
Fantastic. Sick.
It is. I actually,
Yes.
I put all the numbers in. And you also get to name your person when you purchase that,
2 passengers already.
when you
really
passage, when you purchase that. So all of y'all are going to be able to sort of create some passengers for our crew. And if you have purchased them, they exist. And they will be at whatever station they need to be at, because our dear friends are not going to be able to pick up that nice jump 6 high passenger person here because of their sadness. Maybe they will. I don't know.
You don't know who survived. There could be all sorts of rich survivors. We don't know.
Yeah, they probably ran and hid.
That's a lot of money
guarantee
we're
you-
getting. That
I
is a lot of
guarantee you
money.
Hawk
I'm very
survived.
excited.
So, my friends,
Right.
passengers are now some
All
shenanigans for you
aboard.
all. Just so you know.
God.
Not
Yes.
treating you any differently, chat, though, if you're on my show.
And
Yeah, you get the same treatment that everyone gets.
That's
We're
right.
equal around here.
do
That's right.
you?
Take initiative.
Do you? And I did say that a text field, I made it so that, make sure to tell me if it works. I made it so that a text field would pop up when you got it, so you could put in the name of your passenger. I reserve the right to
Love it.
not use it if it's ridiculous. You know what I mean. So, thanks, chat. Those your channel points are now active, and I welcome whatever shenanigans you bring.
This is the coolest.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I was waiting. I was like, I can't do it yet. I have to wait. But yes, each one of these, however much these are the actual costs. It's only 700 credits to get somebody on a low pass for 1 jump, for example. Yeah,
We may not take you
but they're gonna be waiting. They'll be waiting for you. So
at some point.
you are flying, and you are there on the ship. You have about 3 hours or so, 2 hours. You're a much faster ship than the shuttle before you get up there. And I want to make sure that you can do whatever you want to do before you hit the station. Since all of you are on the deck together, all awkwardly.
Excuse me, so sorry. Tarika, can you bring the star map?
Can I what?
Bring up the star map.
Derek, I will activate it.
Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, let's take a look. We're going this word, right? Westward, whatever the hell that is in travel terms. Probably not. There it is.
that way.
We're going
Spinward.
Spinward. I knew it was spinward and coreward. Okay, we're going spinward. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
Sailing
west.
right. Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Toward the ruined dock, it looks like.
All right. And I just sort of spend some time looking
By the way, chat,
through this hologram of map.
you can see them all, right? Your beautiful holograms. It's gorgeous. And you can see that you're in the Marduk cluster, and you're right there, sandwiched between Borite and Ogma. And you had been contemplating heading off to Thebes, so you can make your way eventually to Assis, which was where Wesley was originally going.
Right.
And also
and
where
where our nice, super legal, illegal
Yeah.
pharmaceuticals might be able to be delivered.
Indeed. Yes.
So legal.
Yeah, while they're on the bridge, I don't know if the doctor would notice this, but Harlock's been like is kind of sitting on one of the chairs, but like kind of just messing with her head.
Harlock, can I see you in medbay, please?
You can't see me here.
No. And he would leave.
Harlock's gonna follow, being like, I can see myself just fine.
Sorry, that was the best. I just need to say that. I just need to say that.
On falling into medbay, would go over to where Evan is. Doctor, how's he doing?
He's stable. I have Stu monitoring his vitals. If anything happens, he'll contact me subdermally. Stu, everything
Wonderful.
okay?
He's going to live. It'll take a while, but he'll live.
Well, that's good
Thanks.
to know. And looking at Val, you realize he's supposed to be our our guest wrangler, so Judge will have to figure that out on our own. He doesn't seem to be in any position to be wrangling any guests.
Well, he'll be up on his feet. All things, if they continue in the same direction, I mean, within a few days.
Well, the more we put in low berth, the better, I say.
What's going on with you?
Oh, well, I was feeling a little drained when we first got back, but I took a little meditation time, and
Do you have a seat for me?
The sigh is coming back, and like sitting down as saying all this, feel like all my functions are returning to normal, as it were.
Yes. Yeah, he's going to. Can he perform? Obviously, with consent. With a medical.
Harlock will allow it.
Yeah. Do you need a roll from that, Trooper? Or
Yes,
is this
please.
just something? Okay. And because
Yes,
of
please.
everything going on here, this will be with a 14.
14. I will say some things about the Harlock, and then the Harlock can say some things about the Harlock. Healthy. Perhaps a light headache. Something's a little off for you, but whatever it is that you can't find a medical, like a biological reason for it, more like sort of elevated heart rate, elevated temperature, sort of like if a person had like too much energy in their battery, like if a person were a battery, they might have like a little bit too much energy in their battery. But as you're moving away from the planet surface itself and towards the high port, these readings you're getting out of the Harlock are slowly coming back down to normal. It's as if being so close to the planet has had some kind of physiological impact on her.
Okay. I know that Val in gameplay, Val felt this a little
Yes.
bit when they got close,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
but obviously
Mhm.
not to the same extent. So
Mhm.
Val would simply say, "I'm assuming that you felt that down on the planet."
It was like wading through a swamp. As you bring it up, imagine you did as well.
A little bit.
Well, I feel, and looking toward the door, I feel like perhaps our Baron Severance did, granting that he seemed, at least before my eyes, to zap out of existence for a moment.
Yeah. He walks over to his desk that's like his makeshift like pharmacy, and he reaches into one of the larger doors and pulls out a bottle of whiskey.
Ah, yes, please. You don't even know where this cup came from. Just like,
He would absolutely pour some out for both of them. Clink the
Doctor-
glass.
yeah. Doctor, let me ask you, what was it like for you when you experienced a bit of the psychic hold?
It was, I guess I felt a little bit like what a compass would feel like. It was just pointed towards true north.
No. Well, imagine for a moment a compass in a place where everything is too strong and it starts spinning about. I feel that's what likely would have happened if we had gotten further along on your training.
Okay. If you feel like that again, you need to let me know. I might be able to help.
Well,
There
it's
are
not.
drugs, they're expensive. I don't have any on hand, but
I try to stay away from most drugs. Only
I
the
wonder.
liquid ones will do me. I recall after I woke up after the. Did you throw a grenade up on top of the roof, back on the
Did
planet?
I can't remember everything. The fog of war. That's what they
Huh.
say, right?
Well, I remember I was looking straight into the face of one of those things, and suddenly I was out, and when I woke up, you and Tarika were up, and it seemed to be dead, from what I could see of its head smushed on the ground. Seemed to be anyway. I imagine I don't have to explain to you how we wound up there.
What I wanted to ask you about.
Oh, well, go ahead then.
Never heard of anything like that.
Well,
You took two beings with you.
that is certainly what it would seem like. Yes, isn't it?
Harlock, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of anything like
I have not so much seen a being like you nor I able to do something like that. But you remember I used to tell you about a little bit about the creatures my family based their sigil on. And I mentioned on the planet that these were very similar type creatures. Whilst you nor I could not do that, one of them could.
Well, you're right, half right. I certainly couldn't do that. But you did that.
Well, as much as I like to toot my own horn, and believe me, I do, I cannot take full credit, as it seems. There was... and question for the GM. If I were to do just for flavor something to like go into his head, just would I have to roll for that or?
Sure, but it'll be super easy.
Okay. Essentially want to just like pop into his head with some words.
Yeah, it's like a 4.
All right.
That's an easy peasy.
Although here, I will say this, once we connect in there, we'll just be connected for a while. So it'll be great. We can tell secrets about people. And here we go. It's gonna go well. Oh. Yeah. So that's gonna be a 18.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like having me in your head, Greg?
You're in it.
Val's head explodes.
Oh no! Whoa.
You still have a bit of a residual, like, it's just like it feels like the planet has a lot of power, right? Like, it has a lot of psychic, something is generating a lot of psychic power, psionic power on that planet, and it just sort of makes things just a little bit bigger for you. Do you know what I mean?
So in that case, Harlock will, I imagine the doctor kind of it's, when you feel like you can feel somebody watching you or something like that, or if you have a thought that you're like, where did that come from? It's kind of like that, like this almost like presence that would not be unfamiliar. It's happened before when they've communicated. but it's probably a little more warm than usual, a little more shimmery, as it were. And what Val would then get a little sense of, there just all of a sudden be like a whole bunch of images, like just really fast flickering through. One would be the moment when Harlock is in the house/room, looking around, everyone's getting torn apart, runs over, grabs on Evan, realizes that not enough strength, and then the animal jumps over and like they both go, and then it flickers back, and then you would see, as if you're watching through the animal's eyes, like kind of hunting along, feeling like Pat kind of stuff, but then you'd also feel like all the emotions and everything, and then you'd like, as it gets, you'd see it like as a kitten ? Playing with other ones, and then you'd see like eyes from another one looking at this one, and you just like keep seeing going back and back and back. Just like of all the stuff, you'd see like the city go up, the city go down, get covered in greens and stuff like that.
And then you'd see Severance in a room. In that room underneath the tower, like the bottom floor of the tower where you were all climbed up there, which is weird because the Harlock was not there and you were not there, but you're seeing it as if the Harlock is standing off or was somehow connected somehow. And you're seeing the Baron turn to look at the Harlock, and the Baron says, dressed all in finery, says, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be in the same place. Get out."
Oh, snap.
Did Harlock see that too?
Mm-hmm.
Or is
Wesley, the captain quarters, please.
Yes.
And then like I imagine whenever Val kind of comes back into it, like Harlock is like out of breath, looks real like a little bit haggard,
The Harlock?
yeah, Val would.
I just need to tell you something.
I need to hear it.
Yeah, I just need to tell you something. You have seen that before. Not in the same setting. Not in the same setting. This was definitely like what you saw, that image you saw was on Marduk. And it was Severance, all dressed up fine. And you know that Severance at that point in time was not dressed fine. He was dressed in like the emergency clothes, sort of turning to somebody who had walked in and said, what are you doing here? You had seen that before. Not in that.
Yeah.
You'd seen Severance in full finery turning to somebody walking in and saying, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here." You saw that before. Not on Marduk, not in that setting. But there was
the
a time.
Harlock had a suspicion. The Harlock had a suspicion that
Yes.
perhaps it would have been from another time that the Harlock
Another
would have been privy
time.
to.
Another time.
Another
Time. You don't know why that other memory got transposed
right
here on Marduk, but you have seen that memory before, just not in the same way.
He'd put a
I'm glad
pin
you
in
say
all
I
of that.
had a suspicion.
Yeah, he doesn't want to bring anything up because he's got his own thing going on right now. So instead, he would simply say to Harlock, kind of hearkening back to the cause of the teleport. It was a very difficult decision. Leaving-
Oh, I thought you meant to teleport with Evan and the creature. I was going to
did.
say no. No. I mean, we had to save him, and was hoping to save myself. So,
In your memory, though, I saw how you looked at the others that were there that died there.
Yes,
You
well,
okay?
I would have you know it's not the first time I've been in such a situation.
I find that all the more sad.
Yes,
You
in certain states of being, so do I.
You're okay?
And Harlan doesn't really say anything, but kind of does a cheers.
Takes the non-answer as an answer. I've run some tests, kind of giving us a baseline. If something were to happen like this again, we can compare the two.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, that I imagine should be pretty helpful. And out of curiosity, did the doctor still have the test up, like the test results from? Okay.
No, Sue's currently working on those, but they're not up. They're not displayed.
Very good, very good. Oh, well, I suppose we'll have to figure out what to do with all of these people.
I'll help. It's easy to decline somebody for medical purposes. So if that's the excuse we need to go for, just remember that you can rely on me.
What if they've been stabbed? Is that a medical purpose? If they happen to have been stabbed?
I can save people from stabbing.
Oh my
Yes, I figured so. I just walk through. Yes, no.
Over on the bridge, Karine walks in.
Oh my goodness. I will be right back. It's 6 o'clock and this poor dog.
Oh,
she
that's
needs
fine.
dinner so badly. It will take me literally a minute, but I
want to hear another growl.
Oh, did you miss it? She right now, she came up to me and she was like,
what? Oh, no, I didn't hear it.
But
sad.
know
if I
that
could remove
happens.
This, you would be able to see her. She's right here.
Oh, I just see the stars.
Okay, I'll be right back.
That's happening, and Wesley walks into and sort of like beeps on the Severance's quarters, one of our captains. Boop, boop, boop.
It's coming. Yes.
Wesley comes in, and Wesley's got his sort of like he's got sort of like a work coat that he's got on, sort of over, sort of like a sort of like a lot of sort of like bulky clothing. Not an ice planet, but clearly a planet that is perhaps cold sometimes, right? And sort of like a sort of work pants and boots and this sort of jacket, and sort of comes in. Oh, Captain.
I just wanted to talk and touch base with the numbers. What did you quote them for their passage, these 16 people? And more importantly, the Greebs.
Oh, I didn't actually quote them any numbers because
Please.
Oh. And then I didn't quote them any numbers because I don't actually know what they are. So I didn't tell them what they were. I just said that they'd be normal prices, and they said we don't have anything. We lost everything. So I said, well, I'm sure you could get a discount. So I don't know the numbers.
It's very difficult, Wesley. We don't know where they are going. We have plotted a chart spinward.
Right. I said that we were going to Assis.
Everyone.
So, yeah. So I don't know if they might be on the way, or if they're going that way. Like, I mean, I don't know. Some might need to go to Ogma.
We all know we're going to Assis, and you haven't had them sign anything?
No. I was going to, because I don't know where all that stuff is kept, and I figured that you would do that, or...
yeah, usually it would be one of us.
Yeah, so I didn't, but they're in trouble.
So are we. Great. Boy.
But I didn't quote numbers. I just said that when...
there will be numbers.
That when you got back...
16 people who are going to Assis.
Well, I don't think they're all going to Assis, but they're going that way. They're going spinward, so I think somebody's going to Ogma, somebody's going to Thebes. Yeah, they're going different spaces.
Fine. We'll worry about that when we land. Also, your identification papers.
Yeah, they're real good, right?
Oh,
I mean, because
no, they're not.
they're what?
They are appalling. The air bubble underneath your underneath the frame of your the photo. That is a clear giveaway, and also the corner on the left side. You can you can hear your fingerprints rub across the plastic that has not been sealed properly. If you're going to do that, you would likely try to seal it properly. Who was in a hurry?
What?
Who was in a hurry when they made those papers? Was it you or was it them?
Uh. Well, I didn't. I suppose I was.
Why is that? You running from something, Wesley?
Not
Are
exactly.
you running to something, Wesley?
I just
Is there
couldn't
another name I
stay.
should call you instead of Wesley? Wesley.
No, that's the name you should call me. That's
The
the
name other
name.
people call you.
I want everybody to call me Wesley.
Understood.
I just I couldn't stay home anymore.
I understand that.
It got bad.
It will, and it'll make it worse.
I don't.
But you're here. How do you feel about Drinax? Do you know of Drinax?
There was a serial about it. It's like an old one. There was like a hero of Drinax, a crash cart, I think, and I mean like a big action hero. I used to read them all the time. He had this like square jaw. At least that's how they described him, and he was brave and I don't think you ever read it. It's Wesley Crash Cart was his name, Captain Wesley Crash Cart, and he was
He's a part of the Drinaxian barbarians.
Oh no, he was. I mean, he's not real, right? He's
I
not a
know.
real person, but
But
he
the
was like
barbarians were in it. Yes, was that?
Yeah,
in the,
right, and
yeah, that's issue 2.
Yes, issue 2 with the barbarians, right? And he wasn't a original barbarian, but then he crash landed on the planet and became one of the barbarians. And then they taught him all the ways. And then and they said that there was like a floating palace, and that he was going to go and like rise to great fame. And that was issue 7, and that's
I'm
when he
aware.
met the.
Oh no, we've been there.
You have?
Floating palace, yes.
No, it's not even real.
No, it's real.
Really? What's it?
We'll
What's
likely
it
be making our way back there again.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you know what a letter of marque is?
no.
It's a writ given by the king. And we so have one for the ship.
Huh.
You being upon this crew is very important for you, us, and the Empire of Drinax. We now have to steward 16 people on our ship, Wesley. We also have cargo that not many empires would like us to have, though we have this letter of marque, meaning we do have the right to have it, of course, in the king's name and in this floating palace. We're going to be doing things on this ship that will be a bit questionable to other people, but we have every right to do so in the name of building the Empire of Drinax. What you've done with these 16 new passengers, which we now either have to accept or deny, we have to deal with, is just slowing us down slightly. Though we are going spinward,
There's a lot of risk now with what we have aboard, and also the eyes that could see what we have aboard. You understand where I'm going with this, Wesley?
You have... So, Captain, this kind of sounds like one of the serials, like something fantastical. These things don't happen to people in real life. Do
No,
they?
not everyday people. But we are Drinaxian. Just be careful moving forward. We'll figure out what we're going to do with the Grebes and the people. But just know that a lot of what we do here is very
Secret.
precise.
Oh.
Not
I was-
necessarily secret. Because secret intends on hiding, and hiding is more effort than just being precise. The next time, I know that circumstances, hopefully there will never be a next time where we have crash landed on a barbaric planet that no one ever knows of the even post-apocalyptic nature of why it is even there. Well, if that ever was to happen again, maybe just check in on us about this potential idea that you have to help 16 people on the ship that could barely fit 4 more people.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's
Just know that that is now what we all as a crew have to sort of figure out. We may have to break some hearts saying no to some people. And that's not on anyone. Except you. You're dismissed.
Wait,
Yes.
you've read the serials? You've seen them?
For you, yes.
Captain Wesley Crash Cart wouldn't have left people.
Not from what I read, no.
And I kind of want to be like him, you know? Like a hero? Somebody brave? Somebody strong? Somebody... I just... My dad died a few years ago. And, it's just been my mom and me and, my 3 sisters. And,
Where are they?
hmm?
Where are they?
Oh, back in the Empire. But my mom kicked me out. She said she didn't want to see me again and that she was ashamed of me.
Why? You know?
Yeah. It's 'cause she, can't see me.
What did she call you?
A name I don't like.
Yeah.
I figured she, was going to, get me married to somebody. And it was going to be a big thing. And I told her no. I was going to run the farm. She said I wasn't going to. She like sold me off, really, you know? And I'd have to live some life that isn't who I am. I'd never be able to be me. So
Now here you are being Wesley.
yeah, I kind of,
Crash car.
yeah. I mean, I didn't take that as a last name because that'd be too obvious.
Yes, it would. Well, Wesley,
I suppose I should tell you I did steal some money from the farm, but it's basically mine anyway. Just enough to get off the ship. You know, to get off the planet.
mhm.
I didn't take anything like a lot. I just took enough, and I should have had it anyway, because my dad wanted me to have it, and so.
It's fine. It's fine.
And anyway, I was told that if I went to a big planet like Assis, I'd be okay, and there'd be people.
Is that where you want to go?
Well, I mean, now if you're telling me I could maybe be like a hero, like in the serials, then that's a little different, you know?
Well, you
'Cause-
have a couple jumps to think about it. And depending on how well you take care of these people and these grebes,
Yeah.
we'll see.
So I went through my pack, you know,
Yeah,
and
like the people you roll with,
no,
or your squad of hunters.
no, like my pack, like my.
Oh, sorry, I'm Drinaxian dialing.
Oh
Oh.
no, the money that I'd saved.
Yes.
Some of the money that I took, some of the money I saved, it's not there anymore. I just the money that I earned for you,
Yeah.
that's all I have now.
You have that, but the rest of what you traveled with is gone.
Yeah, I had money. It was
You
hidden.
show up on the ship with it.
No, I was on the old ship. The Cease and I had it with me in the pack, and then they put me in low berth, and they put my pack, you know, in the foot locker, but it was gone.
How much was it?
I saved up a lot of money. 1,200 credits. That's a lot, and
And that's how much was in the pack when you
Yeah.
gave it over and you surrendered it to the Cincinnati.
yeah,
All right.
and I need to save up a lot of money.
We'll see what we can do and get you some of that money back. I'm sorry you lost it.
So I kind of need this job. I can do a good job. I can help fix up the ship. But I need to.
Prove
I
it to
wanna-
me. You need to prove it to me.
Yes, sir.
And yourself. Right. We're almost there. Get comfortable. Grab a snack.
Hey, Captain. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm going to give the money back to my
To
mom.
your family.
Yeah.
Believe you. I don't care what you do with your money. Your money.
Can we get like 20,000 credits fast by the time we get to Assis? Do you think?
I can maybe talk some sense into these people. Let's see if we can maybe get them to forget about the discount you promised them.
Okay. Because
This job
can't-
is your job. This is not just you washing the floors or dusting the dock for Tarika. This is the panels for Tarika. This is your mission, as it were, is to make sure these people are safe, comfortable, and also precise.
Okay. I am reliable. And I'm not lying.
You know what I like about talking?
No.
There is a lot you can understand from someone in how they speak and what it is they're saying. Things that should be shown are told by those who do not believe in either themselves or do not understand those who they are talking to. And from what I'm hearing a lot of telling and not a lot of showing, Wesley.
I just want you to know, no matter what happens, or whatever happens, that I am Wesley. That's who I am. And that's who I'm going to be. So I just want you to know I'm not lying.
Of course. You'll be as Wesley as I am Baron Severance. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So what should I do now?
Go to the galley, get a snack, calm down, and be ready to talk your ear off.
Okay.
Right.
Do I salute?
You're dismissed, Wesley. Don't do that.
Wesley goes. Leaving the Baron alone in his room.
I'm going to, as Wesley leaves, I'm going to then, I think I'm going to start perusing the data that we sent the station the first time and just start getting ready into the admin work that that I know is probably going to come up, and also start planning what to say to these people, because as the talker, he's just sort of mentally preparing how and what he's going to say, whether or not he's going to take everybody. I think there is a part where realistically Severance doesn't want to take everyone.
Yeah.
But I think after
you don't
having
have
this,
you don't have the space for them.
no, and I think after having this conversation with Wesley, he wants to take everyone so Wesley can try to prove himself, and so Wesley can have this moment for himself.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a tossle in his brain of what to do next, as he's just sort of perusing the data like Gandalf under the tower with a stein of mead.
And Tarika.
Yeah.
You are on the bridge and you can see the space station sort of coming into view through your sensors. And you hear behind you a and it's Karine.
Hello. Did you need something? I don't know how to operate things outside of the mechanical functions or piloting features of the ship. So if it is something else, then speak to someone else. I'm fine.
Okay. She says something to you in a language that you do not speak. If you like, you can make a language roll. Very difficult. You would get a boon, though.
I would definitely like to make a language roll.
This is 12.
And I have a boon, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You have a boon because you know Old Drinaxian. Old Sindarin.
Oh, so I should roll my old Zendalian.
You can't roll it because this is not Old Zendalian, but it is related. So you get the boon.
Excellent.
So you don't get to roll the Old Zendalian, but you get to basically your language without the bonus.
Okay. Okay, I think I've got it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read
Mhm.
that number. It's so small on
No,
my
you rolled it with a
screen.
Bane. I'm gonna go.
Oh
I'm gonna.
God.
Yeah, you want a
One
Boon, not a
second.
Bane.
Boo. Here we go.
Wait, wait, wait.
Now
Let me
I've
look.
got it.
Wait,
For
wait, wait,
reals this
wait, wait,
time.
wait, wait. Yeah. You want it with the Boon, not the Bane.
I think I've selected. I have it so small so that I can see the whole map, and it's just kind of messing with me. So let's see if I can't just.
It would have been
There
a
we go.
12 boon.
Oh, good, excellent. Then yes, you made it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
excellent. Well, then ignore
Absolutely.
that next roll. Now that I've
Well,
figured out how to
fine.
make my screen a little bigger.
Well, the next one was a crit.
Yes.
Oh well, in that case, count
Well,
it.
it's not a crit because it's not. You didn't beat it by 6, but she says something to you, and again, you can hear the echoes of old Zendalian in it. That this is some kind of long drift, right? Over hundreds and hundreds of years, that it has shifted to something different. It is not. This is not what it was they were speaking. That group of people that you'd met on Marduk were speaking. It's a different one. Imagine like you know sort of ancient Latin, right? And you're hearing people speak like French or or Italian or Spanish or Portuguese, right? Like they're like. You could hear the echoes of it, but it's and you can pick up little cognates here or there, but not a lot.
Like agua is still the same, but
Yes, yeah.
the rest of the connector words are a little
You're
different.
like, ooh, and like how they pronounce it is not how you would pronounce it, right? And you hear her say something that sounds like, "Why do you speak their language? Who are you?" In her own language.
Tarika will look at her quietly for a moment and then say, I know old Zendalian in, I forget what the name of our general language is.
Galangic.
Because Galangic, because I assume they're not going to really be able to, like,
Yeah.
if they try
Yeah.
to speak in this
Yeah.
other language, it's going to get
Yeah.
garbled and things
Yeah.
are going to get lost. And
Yeah.
So they just say, I speak old Zendalian. It was close enough to understand them, and I believe it allows me to understand you enough. Not well, though. What makes you ask?
I know this place a bit. Jidiko will ask to speak to you all about what happened. They will want a report. And you're the only one who spoke a little bit of the language, so I think you're the only one I can ask this. You should not tell them about the people that we met.
What makes you say that?
Those people have stayed hidden. Stayed hidden? Is that how you say it? Stayed hidden?
Like to avoid sight.
Yes. No one knows about them. I didn't know about them. And that means the Ogma Raiders don't know about them. It keeps them safe. I don't think they want to be found. And if you tell GDCO they exist, then someone will want to find them.
You're right. You can only exploit what you can find. I know what it's like to want to be hidden.
My people live in the past because they have no future. And I'm not like them. I'm not going to stay on some island and wait, afraid of everyone, afraid of the stars, afraid of Ogma raiders coming in to destroy us and attack us. I'm not afraid of you, or all of you outworlders. Not like everyone else. My brother, he works at a fishing ship. Our family, we decided there was something else for us besides living in tents we make and move, herding and all of that. But I don't think it's right to tell everyone about those people. They don't want to be found yet, and I'm asking a favor for them even. Just don't tell anyone. Convince the rest of your crew not to say anything. Let them be.
Transparently, I think many of them can be convinced. There are some who choose their own paths, but we're also trying to build our own, build something more than what we were. I'm from Drinax, and
I don't know that place.
it was decimated.
Oh.
My mother clings to old ways as if they will somehow bring back the future, but the reality is organizing people based on whether or not they know how to curtsy correctly is ridiculous. And bringing back a culture or being something different and new entirely that can exist on its own and stand up on its own, that's something worth fighting for. So I suppose what I'm saying is that I find it interesting that you too are looking for more than just the history that exists today, because that's what we're trying to do here.
Well, my home is broken.
Mine too.
But I don't think mine can be fixed.
I think mine will be fixed if it's willing to move into the future. There's a lot I can do to make that happen, but ultimately it comes down to individual decisions. A lot of them.
Your home must be interesting.
It is so interesting. And the culture is beautiful and amazing. And I don't want to lose it. You can't continue to exist one way if that way has failed you. You must find a new way.
My home can't find that new way.
Do you want to find your own new way?
My way is to leave. Because my home planet is preyed upon.
Mm.
nothing can grow there because any time some flower grows, someone comes and plucks it out of the earth. And no one talks to each other. No one can understand each other. We have no unity. We have no growth. We are just scattered and slowly dying. And I can't stay there.
But we can give them the privacy to live the life as they like as they pass.
Yes, it's a lot of superstition.
Mine is a lot of outdated experiences.
It's a lot of fear. There's so
Yeah.
much fear. So if you could, I would appreciate it. I don't know their tribe, but I don't want to see them stolen.
I will do everything I can.
Thank you.
I promise.
And
Do you want to come with us? I mean, I assumed you would just get off at the spaceport, but you could be a part of restoring Drinax if you'd like.
I don't know Drinax at all, but I would be happy to have a job that does not involve being groped by drunk people at a restaurant.
Fair. I'm not sure what job we'll have available. You worked in a restaurant. Are you, by any chance, good at stewardship?
Oh, no, I'm
No.
not.
No, never
But
mind.
I am. I grew up on Marduk. I can hunt. I can survive. I can shoot. I'm good with a knife. I'm good at taking people's hands off of my body when they put them there inappropriately and breaking fingers. And I can carry a lot of trays of food.
All very useful. I'm hesitant to be direct with you, but you seem like the sort of person who has not only asked me to keep a secret, but might keep one in return.
Yes?
The work we do may require someone who is able to shoot or at least threaten effectively to shoot. Ideally, not shoot. Ideally, have a conversation very nicely in a way that forces others to offer their goods in a very legal manner. I'm not being direct.
No.
We have a letter of marque from Drinax enabling us to be privateers. I would prefer that it's done without violence, but that is... It would be useful to have someone able to shoot. So,
This is,
in this world of secret keeping...
Pirates.
No. We have a letter of marque. It's all very legal. It's all very legal. Pirates go about killing people, and we have only done that once, and that was not condoned. That was entirely done by a member of the crew without any provocation. Well, I suppose there was some, but look, the reality is we're not condoning violence. We're simply trying to acquire wealth so that Drinax may become who they are, so that the culture can exist in a new way without being stuck in the past so that the halls that my mother tells me about, the ones that are filled with beautiful artwork, where one can gaze upon the face of this gorgeous goddess designed by Persephone, or turn around and read books by philosophers rather than the rubble that it is today, forced upon us by the empires that lie on either side. But all of this requires money. that a letter of marque allows us to acquire that money in a very legal manner that may or may not be understood by other entities as legal.
So you
And
are robbing ships to build a great palace.
we are acquiring goods from other ships in order to restore an entire group of people.
Well, that must be very fine for your planet. Um, I don't really care, I suppose, what it is all of you are doing with your planet. It's not mine. But I would like to get off of this planet.
Fair. Would you be willing to
Though I can shoot
threaten
people.
others in exchange? Oh, no, I'm not asking you to do that. I would
Oh,
never, I didn't intentionally,
well, no,
I
I mean,
did
I don't
not
mind stabbing or
intentionally
shooting
shoot
someone if
anyone.
they are a problem.
Oh, goodness. I cannot condone that. But I do appreciate that,
Mm.
and don't quite know how to do that. I suppose some people must.
If you cannot stab or shoot someone, you'll be kidnapped and sold into slavery by the Ogma Raiders. That's how it
Yes,
is.
I've nearly died.
This is a violent place. And the only way that my people survive is because, well, if we can either hide or stab someone.
And you are adept at the stabbing, yes?
Yes, that's what I was raised with. I tried to do something different, but
Well then, in exchange for your secret, you'll keep ours and join us?
yes, I don't understand whatever politics you're talking about, but if it gets
Mm.
me beyond this cluster, I will take it.
If you'd like, I am more than happy to teach it to you. But obviously, no obligation at all. There's none at all.
We don't really know much about beyond our cluster. We are stuck here. And I suppose we mostly don't care. Because there
To
is
be
no future for us.
If I could make a future for your people and mine, I would.
We won't have a future as long as Ogma raids us.
And GD Co. hides you under their feet?
Oh, don't really. They're fine. They don't really bother us. They just sit in their spaces.
Ogma Raiders, then.
Yes. But I can't do anything about Ogma. I'm just one person. So I have to do for myself. And if this ship will get me out, then so be it. I'll stab whoever you need.
It's good to have you on board. I am not the captain, though I don't really.
Oh,
I just
but
pilot.
you pilot the ship. Does that not make you the captain?
Oh goodness, no. I
Oh,
would not step into those shoes. But I will let the Harlock and Severance know that you
oh,
are joining us as someone
oh,
able to handle the brute force side of things.
all right. Well, thank you. But be prepared. They will question you.
Oh, they always do. Unless it's with piloting, and then nobody questions me. As well they
Oh,
shouldn't. It would be ridiculous.
yes. Well, I hope your planet will do well. She sort of nods to you. It's almost a slight bow, and she turns and she heads back off towards her room. As you hear, "Welcome back. This is GDCO Highport. You are cleared to land." As you're headed back to your same berth.
Tarika will turn back and refocus on piloting and just allow everything else to let go. You see a second where their like shoulders get a little bit tense, and then they just sort of like take a breath and release and allow themselves to just guide themselves into dock. But I would imagine this isn't as smooth as before. They're much more used to bringing folks over to their side and seeing things. And in addition to everything else that's happened over the last couple of 24 hours at this point, maybe. I think that they're just a little. They're not quite there.
Could you roll for me, please? You're piloting.
Sure. This is me scrolling back in so that I can see what I'm doing.
Nine is good. And as you sort of slide in, you take the time. It takes a while to sort of like move into this space. You have this berth for the whole week, so you still are entitled to be there. And as you move in, you can see in your berth about 25, 30 people waiting.
Oh gosh, that's gotten bigger.
And a bunch of grebes.
Harlock is manifested behind Tarika. Just like
I mean, Tarika will literally kill the Greaves. In case there's any question about this, like,
am I seeing what I think I'm seeing right now? Tarika, is that 16 people?
no, that's more than 16 people.
Is that 2 Grebes?
No, that is significantly more than 2 Greaves.
Wesley!
And
Wesley, we need you on the bridge now!
And as the ship moves in and you see this, like, there's probably 50 people there. And you can see the signs of damage on the space station.
Oh, no.
There have been, like, you can see that there have been, like, missile hits, laser hits, and you can see some wreckage of ships sort of floating in space in front of this space station. Most of them clearly are Ogma Raider ships, which are not particularly high-tech. I mean, they don't seem like they could jump particularly far. They have not yet gotten the ability to jump more than one jump, which means they're stuck in these 3 planets over and over again. And it seems like there was quite a bit of a battle as you move in, and it seems like the Ogma Raiders probably did not win that battle. But they did do some damage, and you can see a couple of other ships floating that seem to be more high-tech ships. Ships from your world, as it were. Not Drinax, but people who know tech level 12, you know? People who can fly around some. And as you move in, you can see about 40 to 50, looks like refugees, standing in your berth, sort of waiting, and maybe like 10 or so Grebes.
Oh,
and
I have an
that
idea.
is where we're going to take our break, though.
there's about to be a lot of Grebe death.
I
That's
have
where
an
we're gonna take
idea
our
when we
break.
get there.
Save the Grebes!
And all you get is, and Wesley says, there weren't that many people, I swear, as like Wesley sort of comes up onto the bridge. But that's where we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Warning, Grebe death. Right.
Oh yeah. We're going to take a 10-minute break, get some water, stretch your legs. And when we come back, we will find out, why I have this jacket and, what they do about all those people. Yeah. Yeah.
I heard something about a minigun, so
It's just.
What? When did you hear all this stuff?
it was in chat. I saw it in chat.
Oh.
Yeah, chat.
Oh, speaking of,
Chat is encouraging violence.
I'm seeing to
Hawk
Grebe
also
or not
said-
to Grebe.
Grebe
that is the
burgers
question.
does sound good.
Or to Grebe or not to Grebe.
I mean, that is the question.
To Grebe.
Grebe.
To Grebe or not. To
To
Grebe.
Grebe. So, my
That's
friends,
going to determine how many come on board.
I
we're,
agree.
we're going to go take this break, and we will be right back in 10, and then we'll find out how they resolve the end of this moment. We will be back, my friends. I'll see you shortly. We're back, everyone.
And that's it.
Sorry, I was just giving secret messages to a cast member with secrets that the cast member knows now.
Secrets.
Secrets.
Now the other cast members also know that there's been secrets going on.
Secrets.
Look, here's the thing about secrets. In an RPG, secrets aren't fun unless you let everybody know that there are secrets. You just don't let them know what the secrets are. But if they don't know their secrets, then you don't get to have the excitement around the secrets.
About knowing something terrible will happen.
And also, this is why we're going to study those new pictures very carefully.
Ah,
We got some
yes.
pictures?
Well, the ones, they're not here yet, but remember
Once
there
once they
was
happen,
information
yeah.
about the cast
There's
members that
secret.
wasn't
Mhm.
publicly known that we needed
Yes.
to. I think maybe some of it's been revealed, but I don't think all
Oh,
of
yeah,
it's
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah, yeah,
revealed.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I've revealed nothing except a void smoker. That's what I'm saying. So, as you touch down,
Wait, before we touch down, I go, Tarek, I have an idea.
What?
Turn it. How's our air brakes? They're pretty good, right?
They're excellent. I
Wait,
just
turn it and burn it.
What?
Turn it and burn it. Keep the lean on the brakes. We'll scare a couple of these people out of here, and then and the people who are left we'll talk to.
While you're doing that, can you do a donut? Come here.
donuts.
Absolutely.
Don't do the donut thing.
I think it'd be
Too
great. I
late.
think it'd be really.
Tarek is gonna
What?
Tarek is gonna try and do both the donut and the turn it and burn it.
Yeah.
Roll.
The gambler requesting a flyby.
I need a roll from
It's gonna be
you.
great. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I need a piloting roll if you don't mind.
Yep.
Requesting some
That all
Pepto-Bismol.
tracks. Do I get to roll this with? Is this normal? Is this with a boon? Because Tarek is.
It is not with a boon because you're doing very difficult things.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured it
Tarek will
out.
fail
It's
to
always
take
worth
away
it.
Can I
everyone to die.
assist
If it
with,
does happen, then we don't
Yes.
have to worry about the people.
Then we'll need a chain from that one.
Yeah.
We'll need a piloting
Yeah.
roll from
Pilot.
the doc first.
Okay. I'll hold.
Okay.
Severance
This
doesn't
is-
get motion sickness.
Uh,
I'm just saying I don't actually notice.
I don't know if that was the secret that was being passed back and forth, and yeah, I'll take it.
so this is, by the
Canon now, I
way,
guess.
what you're doing is actually a 12, so you did succeed. And you succeeded by 1, which is good, because what you're trying to do is a very dangerous and reckless maneuver in a way that, if it works out, might be good for you.
Cool.
Could I get your roll, good pilot? And then once we see what that is like,
Do
go
I
from there.
add a +1 modifier for the help I just got?
no, you roll
Okay.
a +2.
Oh. So fancy.
All right.
All right, fingers crossed, ladies and
Mhm.
gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have luck, so we'll see. Oh,
Hey.
Oh, that's a 14.
All
So you made that
right.
by 2.
good news, everyone.
The 16. You made that by
Thank you
4.
for the 2.
Did you add the 2? Yes, you
I
did.
did add the 2.
Oh, isn't never
Okay.
mind. I lied.
I would like you to describe how you come into your berth at the space station.
So the way that I see
And
this
also the dog
happening
helps.
is they
Right,
they
right, yeah.
hear like the 2 opposite, like essentially devils on both shoulders being like, be reckless in this moment, and they're already in
That's a
this
little more
space of
precise there.
like of just a little adrenaline rush right now. And they go to like flip the ship around. They want to like corkscrew and do all of these different things to go in. And with your permission, Greg, I imagine that like Val, after hearing both of those people do that and seeing like Tarika's like shoulders just go whoop, they're like, and they just like put a hand on their shoulder of like, take a breath.
And after that, he Rikers into the co-pilot's chair. He just throws his leg over the back of it and sits
I want
down.
to imagine this chair is really tall too, so he's got to really kind of like.
Yeah.
He's very flexible. He gets
He can do high kicks.
Everything.
I imagine Wesley is down by in the engine room, right? Like, I'll be in the engine room. Like, that's what engine people do. And Karine is up to see what this is all about. She's very watchful. She likes to see what this is all about. And she also notes, she keeps glancing at the doctor because the doctor sent her psychic messages. And
Whoa.
psychic messages are weird. So she's just observing.
I imagine there's this moment of like ramp up to 1000 and then
Mhm.
like descend to just 100. And then that's why they're able to execute the like instead of trying to do like a pike dive and a corkscrew and a spin around and a landing, and that they just do a couple of things that are like a little bit terrifying to anyone who doesn't know what their pilot skills are. And then they land the ship with this sort of like, huh.
I don't know who's going to be doing the talking. I imagine it might be our good Severance. You get a +2. You get a +2 to your roll to.
Intimidate or persuade.
Yes.
Right.
Why
Either
not
it was
both?
awesome or it was terrifying.
Yeah. Which
yeah.
you're going to be getting you're going to be getting some
Okay.
bonuses with that one. You're going to get +2 bonus to intimidate or persuade this large group of people. Many of them kind of freak out. Like, some people are like, you can see some like oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we set out, what are we thinking? None? Some? All?
Some.
We can take some, but there's likely 50, 60 people out there. We can't take all of them.
How much can we fit in low berth, though? 6?
8.
8. All right,
I
8
would-
it is.
I would say, well, if we are able to take any above, which if they're willing to pay enough, of course, no more than a couple, I would say.
right. And as soon as we have somebody for low berth, just send them my way, and I can weed through the people that don't. I'll give them a medical exam, and if they don't pass or have suspicions or problems or have enough to choose from.
I'm
And
going
throw
to
them
note.
out into space.
I'm going to note for the record, just so you all know it, at this moment, without actually noting that you still need to find space for Evan,
Uh-huh.
you have 8 low berths. You have 2 sort of standard berth rooms, which can be. They cannot be converted into high berths at all. But they could be like middle passage if you had an Evan to sort of make it seem nicer and better food. But you could fit if you did standard, you could fit 2 people in each of those. So that's 4. So 8 low berth, 4 standard. And then you have one fancy room, but I still don't know where you're going to put Evan.
Well, that sounds like a later us problem.
Just gonna note it, because people need to be able to sleep somewhere.
He's sleeping just fine now.
Yeah.
In the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Val's got 2 beds in
Yes, he
his
does.
room.
I mean, if you want to bunk up with Evan, you know.
Evan
He
sounds
doesn't
delightful, and
murder
I will
his
hear,
sleep,
and I
does
will
he?
hear nothing otherwise.
I don't know that Evan is the problem in terms of murder on this ship. Like realistically, the odds are.
Evan has murdered the least out of anyone else around.
What a funny comment.
Yeah. So I'm just saying it's like 13 people, maybe, you could get, unless you're going to start
10,
packing
so
them
we're
in.
shooting for 10.
13, if you want. Well, it's
Lucky number
8,
13. Friday the
8,
13th.
and
Hey,
then
it is
5
Friday the 13th.
trusting.
Oh
Oh,
God.
it is. Wow, I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
And then it's
Oh, I've been thinking about it all day.
Yep, and now
I've wanted
okay.
to, and then I forgot.
Mm.
So it's 5 trusting people, and then 8 anyone else.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as you are there, with Karine, and she does have like a kind of an interesting knife on her belt. It's
Does she?
She does. Her belt has got like a lot of holes in it. It's like a leather belt, and she's got little things tied to it. And the belt, the knife she has, like the hilt, is sort of like straight and then curved, like a little L. And like the knife handle looks to be some kind of natural material, maybe bone or wood. And
I think if there was time, I think Tarika would have notified folks that Kareem was on board with being
On
security.
board.
well, by the way, you have time to mention it because you had that time as you're sort of coming in before your shenanigans.
Before my shenanigans, yeah, I think they would have done it before the like when everyone gets on the bridge, they would have been like,
11.
Kareem is able to stab and or shoot should we need, and is interested in riding with us.
Fantastic.
Right.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Okay.
You'll be trained by Tarika. I'm sorry, you'll be trained by the Harlock. I'm sorry, Tarika.
Thank you.
Tarek, if you would like to, I don't want to
No.
take the opportunity from you
No.
by
No.
any means.
No.
Have you seen Tarika
No.
fight? No, it's just.
Well, she shot straight through Evan, so I
I
assume
wouldn't call that a
she-
fight.
Well, part of fighting, as we all know, is the element of surprise.
Evan was very surprised.
And I assume he will be when he wakes up as well.
Oh God, is he okay?
He's all right.
Wesley, can you make
Will
your
he
way
be
up
all
the
right?
deck, please?
Yes, Captain.
But before when we park here, I suggest we don't open the lock. We can communicate with
Yeah.
everybody using the space station's comms and our internal comms.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, we need to create some
wanna be
sort of
rushed.
order, or not open the doors.
Fine idea.
Shall we see which of them follows directions the best and take those aboard?
It's up to you all how you want to, go through and figure out who makes it the cut. I can provide medical knowledge, whether it be fabricated or actual. If there's someone you don't want on, just let me know and I'll give them the flu.
No animals.
Harlock is kind of gazing across everyone, looking, and then would turn to Severance. You're clearly much better with talking over in these sorts of situations. What do you think?
Well, thank you for mentioning it. But when it comes to what we should do, I don't know. If it were me, I'd say we leave everybody here.
Well, we need to make some money from
Wesley
this,
walks in.
so
Could leave, but still make money.
We're here. We might as well take
This
some
is
of it.
Wesley's bag here. Wesley, you'll be with me. We're going down to the airlock.
Okay.
I'll accompany you.
Very well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Tarika will say that to Val because they're worried about Wesley being with Severance alone.
Severance is just going to give Weslly
Hi,
lots of good
everyone.
lessons. Just lots of good lessons.
This is what will happen if you don't follow the rules.
All right.
Don't kill him. He's good.
Open the door. Open the door. Okay.
And I imagine you're walking over to the port, and Karine goes, should I be going as well, or no? Should I stay here?
It's really up to whatever you'd like. As you are now on the crew, you can make those decisions for yourself.
We could definitely use her, just to even evaluate.
Yes.
Alec is going to follow too, because if there's somebody that looks to be particularly unpleasant or threatening.
Good.
Tarika is only following because they want to make sure no animals make it on board.
So the crew heads down towards, I suppose, like the grand entryway, and out there's a flock of people.
Trooper, I want to do one thing.
Absolutely.
He wants to. Sue is busy doing something right now, but he wants to take Sue off of what Sue's doing and put Sue on monitoring airlocks, recesses, and accesses into the ship. People are desperate, and they could, if somebody's got a vac suit, they could jump from the station onto the boat.
They could. That is correct.
So I'm high alert for Sue to be monitoring any other access points.
Could you just say that to Sue if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Sue?
Hello?
Sue, good buddy, I need you to make sure that nobody decides to hitch a ride on the Gambler.
Oh, all right. I do have just a few more moments left on this analysis.
Can you pause it? Are you in a delicate spot, my friend?
One spot. It'll just take me about 3 seconds. Yep, I got it. Would you like to know?
Subdermally, if you would, but...
Of course. Well, this is not the same person that you knew in the past.
Figured that?
This, Severance is not a clone.
I figured that as well. That's why the medicine didn't work.
Nope. Perhaps a stowaway. It seems as if this is the actual Baron Marrymore.
Sue, I want you to monitor the ship, and
all right.
When you get a chance, let's sweep over those vitals. We had initial scans upon entry onto the ship. See if they match up to the old Severance, or if we've had the new Severance the entire time.
Already done it. You've had the new Severance, well, since we've been on the Gambler at all. Well, I'm sorry, not the new Severance, the original Baron Marrymore.
That's what I meant. All right, good buddy. Keep your ears on, and if anybody touches down in the land of Delta Blues, let me know.
I will. And you all head, all of you together, good friends, and nobody with any secrets, none of you, head to...
None.
No,
We're all open and transparent here.
Yeah, the door. And I know you did not want to open it, or maybe I don't know what you're going to do. What are you going to do?
There's no window on the door, right? No blast shield or anything?
No.
Okay. So I sort of have to do this without...
There'd be the airlock control
Probably can't.
panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an airlock control panel that's got a vid screen, and then there's a shared one in the station, so you can communicate through it.
And it is an airlock, so like one door, right? And then the next, and only 4 people can be in an airlock at a time.
Yeah, so I will just chime on our PA system, I guess. So it just echoes from the Gambler.
Yes, good people of
Marduk.
Marduk. People of Marduk in the station of the global
Judico.
whatever. Judico. We are here to potentially alleviate some of you from staying potentially here in this godforsaken station. So we are wondering if what? Hold on.
Who's healthy
dependent,
enough to go? Who's healthy enough to go low birth? Let's start with that.
Or we could start like they do in restaurants. Do I have a group of 4?
Do we have a group of 8? A group of 8? A group of 8 that likes to sleep. A group of 8 that doesn't mind
The goals.
Group of 8.
waking up there.
So
Raise your hand. I can see you from the monitor.
I will note that one thing you might want to ponder is where you're headed. Like how long do you want to keep people? Do you know what I'm saying?
They don't get a choice once they're under. They'll go where we put them.
Well, yes, but if you took people where they didn't want to go, that makes you sketchy. You know, like the ship that Wesley came
You
from.
get 1 star.
Oh,
You
now.
know that.
You get 1 star.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that would not help our stewardship.
It'll be harder to
How would
get.
you rate your traveler driver?
Yeah,
One
so, not even another rank.
That's why we
I
tell them
will-
we're a different ship. It'll be fine.
That's why I haven't said the name yet.
First things first, the people at the Grebes, I see you in the back. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I see you. You can't see us. I'm shaking my head. No, I'm sorry. We can't take any animals. I'm sorry. We can't. We're not a zoo.
And Wesley goes, well, but I mean, that's cargo, so they'd have to go and pay for that a bit, right? I mean, well, they'd have to pay extra for cargo.
Damn it, Wesley, you're right. Ugh.
Tarika breathed a sigh of relief.
All right, hold on.
before
How
that.
much? Could we just get the trainers of the Grebe to come closer to the monitor, please?
You see,
The Greepers, if you could make your way. The keeps, the Greeps, and the sweeps. Get up here.
Could the most articulate grebe come
yes, the words antiquity Greek. You
Please tell us
see
about your lineage.
a small group of people sort of walk towards the door. And this group of people, you see I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to do it to you, and I'm doing this to you because Fox brought it up, so it's Fox's fault.
Okay.
What's passage
Yeah.
money-wise?
You're welcome beforehand.
Now, how much space do you have left in your cargo slot at the moment would be my question.
We
We have
sold a
plenty.
little.
We
We sold
sold
a
everything
lot.
but the-
We sold
Yeah.
a lot.
Yes, you did. So I think the only thing you have right now, right? No, because you picked up some stuff, right?
We did. Yeah, we
Rock.
picked up. Hang on a sec.
Mm-hmm.
We left space intentionally, though. I remember that.
Yes, you did.
We bought 11 tons, but we sold 24 tons. So we have extra space that is a math number.
That seems like it might be
13?
11.
13.
That sounds
it
accurate.
13?
That seems like an accurate number.
Yeah,
I would go with
just-
that math.
It is
I'm just-
Friday the 13th, so.
It's Friday the 13th. I will just note that, we're going to make sure that's all updated on our spreadsheet. So I'm doing this to you because I care. Do you remember, those, how was it, who took those photographs?
That's what they all say.
Dorothy.
Oh my god.
Camel.
Don't end a sentence that way.
Is it the one with the hat?
You know those like Dust Bowl photographs of like the famous Dust Bowl woman,
Yeah.
right? By
Yes.
was it photographer Dorothy something or other? Oh
The
gosh,
Grebes are wearing hats?
no.
And they look like they just came out of the Dust Bowl.
Grebes are from the
It's
Dust Bowl.
wild.
If they're wearing hats, they're definitely coming on.
no, the Grebers, the Grebe trainers. So you,
Ah.
yeah. So
They came out of the Dust Bowl.
yes, they did.
And
You
they
see
have
these.
hats on.
You see these
Hats on this.
two women, and these two women have like 3 small children. And by small, I mean like 10, 11, 12-ish, right? Like one's 5, one's 10, one's like 13.
Well, can you? Severance doesn't have any feelings.
Oh, Dorothea Lang is the
Oh, but-
photographer.
Thank you, Dorothea
Very
Lang.
good.
Thank you.
That's
I was
from,
like,
from Scabby Neck.
thank you, Dorothea Lang, 'cause she's amazing. And these 5 people, so they walk up looking like something out of the Dust Bowl. They also
You
look
hear
like...
NPR music flutes start to play as they
Yes,
approach
you do.
closer.
Yes, you do. And they have got like a bit of a flock, of some grebes coming behind them. They also look a bit singed. Like there's like a public, some bandages on them because, their ship has been destroyed. They're looking a bit worse for wear, as it were. And sort of they move forward. And one of them...
I believe they're called a waggle of grebes.
Oh yes, thank you. I need to write that down. A waggle, of grebes.
Waggle of grebes, yes.
Yeah. So the waggle of grebes comes up, and you can see these grebes. They're kind of like a cross between like elk, deer, and like a giraffe. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not super giraffe length and neck, but they're like sort of extended. And
Every
of
once
course,
in a while, a forked tongue just comes up.
Yep, and they're carnivorous, right? So
Yeah, you can see those fangs.
they like to eat things, smaller animals, or
It's getting better and better.
Identify
I
with
feel
them.
like this is answering our question for us.
and
Or they would only eat children. It's fine.
yeah, it's fine.
Oh, and she brought some, so good news.
That's actually why the children are here.
And this main woman, she steps forward and she goes, "Yes, we were promised passage for ourselves, our children, and our grebes."
Next.
What's your story? Where are you going? What happened? Why are you covered in dirt?
Oh, well, because there was an attack on the ship, the space station. I don't know if you noticed, but you see, I always wanted to be, my wife and we always wanted to be traders. We spent everything we had to be able to take out a
Severance,
mortgage
that's a lot of backstory.
on a ship, and then our
We already
ship
have
was
we already have a wannabe
destroyed.
trader, thank you.
No, but
Ask them how much they're willing to pay for the cargo.
Right. What separates you from literally everybody else in this? Why should we pick you?
oh,
Money,
well,
money,
but
how
we
much money?
already booked passage. Your young man Wesley.
We haven't processed any payments yet, so nothing's really been set in stone here, right? Do we have anything on the-
How much would they be willing to pay for the grebes?
How much are you willing to pay for the grebes?
My friends, let me interject real quick, just so we all know we have.
Please. What?
So we all have this in our minds. Low passage for 1 parsec is 700 credits.
That is correct.
Okay. Low passage for, or a basic package for 1 is 2,000. A ton of cargo that doesn't eat anything is 1,000 credits per ton.
Mhm.
Keep numbers in your head when we hear the bullshit they're about to say. Back to you.
All right.
Thank you.
Numbers in head. Got it.
Mhm. Well, we have lost so much. We've lost everything. We're so to see our ship, our dreams go up in flames.
I think Harlock would reach over and grab the mic real quick. You're talking too much. Money, how much are you willing to pay for them?
Would you stop it? How much?
Oh, well, we were told we would get a very good deal. A discount because our lives are so difficult. I don't know if you know what it's like.
Difficult by this.
I don't know if you know what it's like to be a trader and then lose your ship in what is an act of war. I don't know if any of you know what that's like, but it's quite
Everyone
terrible.
slowly looks over at Tarika.
Goes from like no grieves, like violence level of no grieves, to like oh. They look a little like they've been punched in the gut, and they're like, "What if we bring them on board?"
Tarika,
But
it's
how much
no time
money?
to.
You're not serious, are
How?
you? Sorry.
No, how much? How much?
How much money you got?
Well, we were told we might be able to make some sort of deal, and the deal we wanted to make was, well, this is quite a lot, but we cannot stay here, and we have our mortgage coming due.
Yeah,
We would...
Same.
Yes, we understand what it's like. We would give you one half of our grebes stock.
What do grebes go for in the open market? Does anyone know?
Sorry.
What do grebes go for? Are they valuable?
Sue, are you around?
Yes.
Could you give me the local equivalent for a head of grebes?
Of course. I'm just gonna have to go and search the local network. Give me one moment.
Sure
And
thing.
you see they're looking so sad, a little shell-shocked, distressed.
These grebes are like my children. It's as if I'm giving you my children.
I mean,
I'm not a family man.
This is not catching hold on Val or Greg at all. So
Oh,
if
I'm
you all
sure.
need me to.
Right, so thank you. That was great. Greet people. Go to the stand to the left. Who's sleepy? Who's tired?
that-
Raise your hand.
By
That
the
means that
way,
we're taking them, right? That
this
means
is-
that we're taking them. What? What? No, we have to. They literally.
Well, we can discuss it. Let's see who else is here, but we can.
I will note for the record, they count as live animals. And live animals, I need to know before I can actually. The base cost, right? How much you'd actually be able to sell it for will depend on your skill, of course. But the base cost for some live animals
Here it comes.
is 10,000 credits per ton.
How much do they weigh? Do they weigh a ton apiece? 10,000 per piece? Is that what I'm hearing?
They've got 2 tons of grebes.
Oh, so it would be 10,000
Mm-hmm.
if we get half of them,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
And it might be more depending on your sales negotiating when you sell them.
And again, this is Greg talking meta.
Mm-hmm.
But Greg's going to talk meta for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
One,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I know, none of us have like the animal handling speciality or.
That's
I
not
think
true.
someone does. Someone does.
Somebody does.
Actually.
Yep. Yep. Tarika does, as a matter of fact.
Well, how did I become the person that doesn't want these things on the boat? Fine. I recuse myself from this nonsense.
I'm just noting it.
I was off board, but here's the thing: they talked about being war torn
Yep.
and
War-torn.
being through this.
Wisdom, wood from Drinax.
I
To be
would
fair,
think
10,000 credit. I mean, 10,000, is a decent.
It's a really
It's a
good
decent
amount.
amount.
okay.
Only for-
This is what we do. If we get 10,000 from the Grebe people, then we say to the rest of the group, "We've got 10,000 on the table, everybody."
Okay, 100%.
Who
on
can
board
do
with that.
better?
All right,
100%
well,
on
you
board.
heard that, everyone. We've got 10,000 on the table. Who's willing to go higher to get first passage out of here?
I imagine everyone heard, the entire place just heard our entire conversation.
Yeah.
They heard the 10,000 part. Now, I will note that you might be able to get more or less because it's speculative trade. These grebes.
I'm gonna go with more.
Well, depends on how it goes. Depends on what planet you're selling them on.
gonna be
I will
great.
note that's 5 people. I bet you
know
could
what's
probably
told? Let's get
put them
the
in one
Grebe
room,
people
maybe.
Step forward. The people.
And they're looking at the screen like with so much.
Okay, stand to the left then. Stand by the left.
Just holding up so you don't have to look at them.
Yes.
And somebody shouts out,
Screen. I can still see you. Just a little off stage left. Camera left.
There's a Grebe like.
there's a grebe. A grebe head just sort of like comes up into
A grebe
the.
head? A grebe head?
It just
my
like
God.
right into
Rocket?
the. That's there's like
A Grebe head, you say?
yes, a grebe head just sort of
There it
shows
is.
up
Like,
in the monitor, just in the monitor, just looking. And these grebes could fetch quite a good price on the market, and you would be helping out a fellow traveler quite a lot.
Thank you. Just stand to the left, all right? Well, you're in the running. Okay, thank you. That's enough out of you. Thank you. To the left. To the left. You get your greaves and all your stuff to the left.
And you can see some people in the back like, I can't believe they're going to do this. And somebody's like, oh, so you can like, there's a little bit of a
Said that. Who just said that? Who's grave just now? Who stepped forward?
I didn't like the sound of that.
some fellow walks forward and he's wearing like a decent suit, but it's a bit ripped. Like it's not like a fancy rich person suit, but like decent. And he walks up and he goes, excuse me?
You're excused. Could you excuse me?
I was told that you were taking people who are in a difficult situation and that you would take them off of this planet.
Yes, and we're also taking successful people as well, and you look like one of those.
Yes, I am.
Marvelous. What were you expecting? Were you thinking low birth? Were you thinking sleeping? Or were you thinking
Low
being
birth.
like birth?
No, I was expecting high birth. I was told that by others, there was a woman with a small dog with a hat who said that you had an expert steward and some of the best food around.
Severance is going to be a pain in the butt. He's going to be a pain in
Erica's
the ass.
like-
Get him out of here.
I'm gonna eye the Harlock this entire time during this next, and I go,
Yes? Yes, you heard correctly.
Good. Yes, I'm looking for passage. I was told you're heading spinward, is that right?
Yes. We are heading spinward.
Good. I expect to be taken.
Just the one of you.
Yes. I don't travel with people.
Well, you'd be traveling with Greaves. Is that okay?
As long as they're not near me.
Well, no real promise on that. But you'll also be traveling with the crew when you're in Hype.
Yes, of
Just know
course.
that you will be interacting with people, unless you'd like to take a little bit of low birth.
Oh,
You'll have
a
big
person
seat
like
left.
me
Very
doesn't do
comfortable.
low birth.
Ask his name. If it's somebody we
Name, sir?
recognize from chat, we
Yeah.
might take him.
It is indeed somebody from chat, my friend.
Oh, no, we have to hear it. We have to hear it.
And I'm just looking at a couple of different options right here. Yes. My name is Jaeger Ayers.
I like that name for some reason, but also hate it.
I feel so conflicted about it.
Well, okay, so Mr. Yeager, so what are you expecting to purchase this with?
I'm expecting to go to Caldos. Is where I'm
Caldos?
headed.
Yes, Caldos.
Yes.
Yeah, it's doable.
Now,
All right, go stand by the Greaves.
well, I don't stand by greed.
Stand by the
good sir.
Greaves, or you're not coming.
Sort of moves over, and I will just so you can see it. Where's my? Here's our map. I believe our chat should be able to see them now. Yes. So, you are. Hello. There you are. You are.
Aldos is hell and gone from Cartagena. That thing is, that's like 3 jumps past.
It's
where
5
we are
jumps. About.
5 jumps! This person will
Oh,
be with us
My
for
God.
eons.
Yep.
Eons.
So, like, to get to Caldos, which is up here, right? You'd be heading to Thebes. You can't go to Ace because that's interdicted. So you'd have to go to number 1, which is your second jump. And then from there, I could either go to Assis or Tik, and you're probably going to Assis, which is your third. Then you could hit Tyr for 4, and then Caldos for 5.
He's not going to survive. He's not going to make it.
Okay, so
Like-
that's 5 jumps.
Yes, it is.
I will let everybody know
High passage.
that
Oh,
the high hold on the high passage rate for
Yeah.
5 jumps when there isn't a space station that's just been under attack is 60,000 credits.
So, what I'm hearing is that
charge him 100.
right. That you know what? I suddenly like this man much more.
I will note that
I
you
like the look
do
of
not
him.
have a steward who's currently conscious. Just
He'll be
noting
awake
it.
in a couple days. It'll be fine.
Look.
That's
That
another problem for a different day. So everyone who is, can you hear me? Raise your hands out there.
Not
Imagine
Wesley,
the
not you,
crowd
not
raise
you,
their
not
hand.
you.
We need
Good.
3 additional sleepy people.
We do expect, because of the high demand, look around, we have 16 slots available that we are able to fill with both high, medium, and also low bursts.
And that's max.
And
That's
yes.
yeah.
So that being said, the going rate
13,
will be paid in
13.
advance.
Yes.
And also, there will be a spike in the increase of course, the supply and demand. So, if that is of issue, then you should probably leave the bay.
And our steward was in a part hurt in the attack and will be down for a week.
And our steward, I should say this,
We just
was
say
also injured in the attack.
Very tragic. Very tragic. Pour that on.
You have at max 13 slots, by the way.
Right.
Terica looks
Just stack a couple
mortified.
extra ones in the closet. It'll be fine.
Terica looks absolutely mortified at every instance of like, he was hurt in the attack, blah, blah, and they just look like the guiltiest person in the world right now.
Our steward was shot dramatically in the back.
Dramatically in the back by one of our own.
No, but in circumstances we couldn't control.
Welcome aboard.
He said the wrong thing.
I'll get you there and then kill ya.
So Jaeger Ayers is like,
food back.
Say that. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yes, it was dramatically shot in the back by one of our own. That could be you if you misbehave. So if that is up to any of you, if you'd like to come along, you may. But other than that, like I said, it will be hiked. The credits will be hiked pretty high, and also this will be paid in full in advance. And we have every right to drop you off wherever we wish on the way, if for whatever reason, including and may not be limited to you being an awful person or
Bothering
hard
us.
for us to take care of, or,
Bothering us. Bothering us.
or bothering us.
Yes.
and you goes, hey, wait a minute here. First off, if your steward and the best food is not available from the beginning, I certainly cannot justify extra costs.
The best
I would
food is
say-
still available.
Well, I'd say base cost, 60,000. But
We
also,
still will have the best food and all the food you could possibly want. What are you complaining about? Where else are you going to go?
but I expect a floor show. Your steward can do a floor show, I hope.
Floor show.
Sure.
Good. Also, certainly not all in advance, because you won't be dropping me off anywhere. That sort of thing gets you a bad rating. I will give you half now, then half at completion.
Hilarious. Anybody else?
I'm Jaeger Ayers. I feel like you do not understand who I am.
I don't know who that is.
I don't understand who you are.
Clearly, you have heard of me.
This man is putting on Jaeger airs.
Yes.
When you mentioned your name, yes, I knew who you were. Yes.
Good. Well, now, so when can I get aboard? I don't want to stand by these any longer.
When you agree to the terms. That's
Yes. Yes, I agree to the
Right,
terms that
sounds like a yes.
I said yes. I heard him
half
say
in
yes.
advance,
all. No, that's not.
half when I finish, 60,000.
60.
100,000 for high berth, high passage anyway.
Yeah, well,
Anyone
what?
else?
But yeah,
Anyone
but
else?
you don't have
Raise
the.
your hands if you
don't
are
have
interested.
the.
Is there one
I was going
someone in
to.
the back over
You're
there that I see?
certainly going to. Now we've got this family of 5 that was like 3 more low berth, and then you
Three
can.
more low berths, yeah.
Are they
Yes.
the grebe peeps? They want to go low berth.
Yes, because they're
Well,
they're
who's
really.
gonna take care of the grebes? Okay, all right.
They're independent. They take care of themselves.
Wow. All right.
Apparently I am.
Wesley is
Wesley,
taking
yeah.
care
This
of
is true. I did tell Wesley that there was toothbrushes involved if he felt
There were-
everyone
there was
told
talk to-
Wesley.
There was talks about, any shit that was on the floor would be coming out of Wesley's paycheck. It's
That's
been
a
well
terrible thing to
established
be
that
paid
Wesley's
for.
going to be taking care of this.
Yeah.
True.
I really hope he has animal handling.
It'll be fine.
And if he
there-
doesn't, it'll be great.
It'll be
Nice mom.
fine.
A fellow comes up and he goes, "Excuse me, my name is William Pike. I was wondering if you had a basic passage. I'm also going to Caldos, if that's all right."
Yes, okay. Well, we're going spinward. Is it spinward?
Yes.
Great.
That's that 5 jump slot, by the way,
Fire jump one.
which means you're having
That would
them.
be basic passage for that would be 14,000.
Also, it already
Say for
sounds like this
18,000.
guy's going to be less maintenance.
I agree.
A lot less money too.
By far, yes.
Let me put it to you like this. If we take the 60K, knowing full well that he's not going to have a steward for part of his trip, that might buy us a little bit of time. Worst case scenario, we get 30K and we can space him and he never gives us a bad rating. It's okay. It's a win-win.
Well, if he's carrying it all on him, we can take him
Yeah,
on, space him,
given
and
him
take
time.
the rest
We- we-
anyway.
we- on the
That's
boat.
that's why we're saying we paid in advance,
I
Just good.
agree.
and we have every right to drop them off if they are a piece of shit.
But you don't though. Also, it's registered that you're taking somebody.
What?
Just-
Oh, paperwork.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Because
fine.
if you don't want to like be hired by pirates.
What? I
And
don't
if
know
only
who-
we
I
gave
don't
them a
know who would
different
do it.
name.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
appreciate that the entirety of our crew was like, you guys, but really, we don't have to take them the whole way. We could just kill them and rob their bodies. And the GM is like,
I'm just gonna drop them off
wait,
at
you
a different
guys.
station.
Wait.
No, my thing is,
Something like, "This is
you
far as we're
can.
going."
I just want you to know.
It's not going to go well for us.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think you could probably
Do this
easily kill
again.
them. It's just that
I'm gonna do this again.
there might be some consequences. That's all.
I
you know-
want to state this. I want to state that Val is against a lot of things that are going on right now. Greg is for everyone.
Everything.
I want everybody from chat to ride on our boat. As awful as Trooper makes
Yes.
them, I think it's
Yes.
a story in and of itself to have
If
this
we-
dickhead on the boat.
If we can get
So-
him to pay 100, I'm willing to put up with many things.
Of course, that's not.
I think honestly, I think 75 because that's another 15K.
That's
If we do
true.
a 70,
On top.
75 is really, really solid because that's like another like basic passenger. So I think
Plus-
it's
plus
fucking-
that's with
we get
one jump
75.
Yeah, maybe we'd be willing to be so generous as to take it down to 75 for him. Maybe.
Mr. Yeager, come back. Thank you so much, Mr. William Pike. Right? Is that what you said your name was?
William Pike is like, I'm also going to Caldas, but I'm just if you have basic passage,
Yes.
that would be.
Funny
I think
enough,
there's
it's
some
very
risk
similar to
involved.
high.
Actually, it's different rooms. Different rooms. You have one really nice room left, which would be the.
Right?
high
He can
passage.
he can stay with Wesley and Karine in their room. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Just stack them.
Just stack them. There's bunk beds in there. They'll get along fine.
Well,
Look,
I would
guys.
expect my own. I would expect a room
Yeah.
with one other person. I just.
Basic is one person to
Yeah.
share with the room with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Middle is you have
How
your
much
own.
was that?
Just
regular
close
room.
one eye. You'll only see one of them.
Doc, you should check her out.
Oh, well.
Someone comes in and says,
I'm just trying to help.
I'd like a low passage to Ogma, if that's all right.
Low passage.
Oh,
Severance, there's a low passage over there.
I will note.
Ogma,
We're not going to Ogma. This
You're
Ogma just
not.
raided this place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, no, you're right. No, get them out of here. Send them to the right. Have them stand over by the right.
no, fuck off. We're not on the Ogma.
So it's like, but we're going to Ogma, and you get like a couple people who are like all ready for low passage to Ogma. They're like, oh, we're going.
Oh, sorry, we're not
It's
going
only
to
one.
Ogma.
It's
No, it's not on the way. Sorry, can't do that.
It's-
You should hitch a ride with the people who are just here. Anyway.
I will also note that that's like only 700 credits, by the way, is what that is. Just
Yeah.
we'd still have to jump to get there though. That's like a
Yeah.
week.
yeah, you'd have to jump to get there.
Get them out of here.
But you know, they would really like to have.
I should let you all know, everyone, that the plans and the promises that were made were not made by the captain or the crew. It was from someone who was watching the ship for us. So
He is
we
crew.
now have to sort of
Oh, it's
pick up after that debacle. So I'm sorry, Ogmans, we're not going there.
Also, they didn't tug on any war heartstrings, so sucks to know.
That's too bad for them.
So I suppose you're a bunch of those low passage people who just want to go to Ogma one jump. You're like, nope, not you.
They're out.
They're out.
You, not you. Get out.
Looks like we have. Go ahead.
Could William Pike be willing to pay 20? Would our Mr. Ayers be willing to pay 75? And I'll give you a running total of everything that we have so far.
I'm gonna need.
If you could step up to the screen and start inputting. The messaging system is tied to our person. So just talk with him for a bit.
Step up. Do you say step up to the screen? Is that-
Yes.
Look out the screen and then.
There's like.
No, not the grapes. Get the grapes out of here. We'll figure you out after. We're just sorry. Thank you, grapes.
A man walks up and pushes his way forward, and he's dressed head to toe in latex.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Hey. All
Hey,
right. Well,
I'm just reading what's down here.
Let's find out more about this.
And it's a suit, like it's a nice suit that's made out of like black with some like yellow latex highlighting as well. So the whole thing is a latex
I
suit.
have a picture. Don't ruin it.
Oh, so good, so good.
Is he leaving a trail of sweat?
He actually just slid
No.
up to the door.
Old snail trail.
He's not because he is smart. He knows if you're wearing latex pants, you tuck them into the boots so that all the sweat just goes into the boot as opposed to
Yeah.
Keep it-
behind you.
keep it
You don't wanna be
hydrated.
there-
So what-
Very nice. Yeah.
Worst idea.
So what we hear as he walks up is squish, squish.
Yes, you do.
Squish, squish, squish.
It just looks like a water balloon.
What a squishes. And he goes,
I hate this.
excuse me.
Oh no, Volpes, no.
I saw that too. I shook my head.
That's what lube it is. It's lube. It's fine. It's fine. He goes, excuse me. I'm counting my jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, excuse me. My name is Marcel Rambeau. I'm looking for middle passage. If you do not mind, I'm going to tier.
Is that 4, you say?
Mm-hmm.
23K, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor,
25K.
is he safe in that?
He seems to be.
We don't have enough talc powder for your skin.
No, I have enough lube. It's all right. But if you don't mind, I assume you do have middle passage?
Depends how much you're willing to pay.
Well,
It'll cost extra for the suit.
my suit is...
25,000 on the line here.
It's so fabulous, we can't possibly just...
I will also give you a discount on latex clothing if you wish.
Keep talking.
If you are so inclined. Yes, I would desperately like to go to Tyr. I had booked a passage on another ship, but that ship left suddenly because there was an attack, and if you don't mind, I would...
I heard about this.
Yes. And I was spoke to your young man, and he said that there might be a possibility.
There might be, yes.
Yes.
25,000.
It's fair. Could I have an entire line of latex clothing where I would bulk. I would like to be able to move it onto the ship, if that's all right.
How much is the weight?
It's the latex way.
Oh, well, I have a
10 tons.
I only have a 1 ton of latex wear.
That's a lot of latex.
Well, yes,
Extra
yes, of
1,000.
course. Because it's...
Oh, I'm sorry.
You and the
Extra 4,400 because it's 4 jumps.
looking at 30.
Nice round 30K would work.
30K.
That seems...
We can do it with.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good price.
It is.
It is, yeah.
By the way, there's going to be a roll that's going to come down here. Then you get that +2 is coming from for all of this. Just notice happening. He's like, I think it might be. Might be all right. By the way, if you take him, he's going to take up 1 whole room, which means you've got space for 1 basic and 3 low.
Okay.
It's got the lube. We can fit more people in there.
We can fit all sorts of people in there.
We can only fit 3 more in the low without Val killing people because they are pulling too much resources from
Yo,
them.
if we're killing people, we can fit all sorts of people in there.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean...
Thank you. Just step up to the screen and let your information send it over toward...
yes, I would step in the screen, but there's this grebe in the way.
No, not the camera.
It's just right, there's this grebe right in the way.
Keep your fingers away from its mouth.
Luckily, my latex is reinforced. I will step to the side.
Latex is grieve-proof, it is known.
There's a screen. Just stand in the queue for the screen, and then when your time is up, send your credentials for the person, and we'll get you sorted out. Thank you. And so now we have room for what? Three? We have room for three more in lower berth. Who's sleepy?
I'm going to just note
3
for the record
A party of 3.
that chat has only had, it's so embarrassing, only 1 low passage person here in chat. So I'm going to get you some other random people since chat does not care about low passage. I know, it's very embarrassing.
We don't care about them. We're literally leaving them. Sorry, chat.
Oh, chat.
I have to point out that Volpes does bring up that grebe like the taste of latex, so they all start licking the guy's latex.
Yes.
And we have our floor show.
There you go.
The Our show no one asked for or wanted.
But somehow you got it. You can find without much trouble.
We've just got some low pass.
We just got some low passage.
We got Calyx.
Okay. Aaron Burr, Calyx, and Clay Humphrey all would like some low passage.
Triplets. Are they triplets?
No, they're different. They're different folks, and we've got like a 2 and a 3 jump, which, looking at our map, means we're looking at somebody who's wanting to go to number 1 and Assis. So we've got
we
like
can do both of those. Yeah.
Assis is good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and we also have Malachi Javez. That was a little bit further up there. Our first one was Malachi Javez.
Who do we have? The first 3? Are we using the first 3 there? Malachi, Jabez, and
Aaron Burr and Calyx.
Okay, and that's a 2 jump low, 3 jump low, 3 jump low. Okay.
So you've got 2 jumps and 1 3 jump.
2 jumps and 1 3 jump.
Mm-hmm.
That's 22 for the 3, and 1,300 for each 2 jump.
And all you're missing now is 1 basic passenger. There is 1 person who fits the bill, but they want to go 6 jumps.
Where, in what direction?
Spinward, because the word got out that you're going that way.
I mean, we have other people who are taking 5 jumps, so.
Who's this person? What happened?
Yeah, who?
What do they look like?
Have them come forward. Let's see what they're about.
I want to know what Willen did not give me a name, though, which is the worst part. So I need a name from Willen. Willen, I know you're here. Give me a name for your 6 jump basic passenger.
I do have to point out, too.
Which is 55K.
Yo.
Basic passenger. Mm-hmm.
I have to say, a BP Phantom for one of the low passengers has Antoine McCraxton, an arms dealer. Actual arms. Like actual arms dealer.
Oh.
Everybody needs arms.
This list is
Donnie
not going
Deckard.
Anywhere, by the way.
From Will, we've got
Donnie Deckard. Thank you. So there's a Donnie Deckard who they are sort of thin, short, bleached blonde eyebrows, but sort of dark hair. And they have like a small, like a little sort of like a crane made out of toothpicks. And they're no a replicant.
Guy Fieri.
It is. It's a reverse Guy Fieri. But has a very good burger.
Like what do they dye? The eyebrows or the hair? Like what's the natural color?
That's a good question. You'd have to perhaps
got a Hawaiian shirt on with like planets.
Like one of the green ones. You don't know if it's green with black stripes or if it's black with green stripes.
I don't know. And he goes, hey, I'm wanting to go in a passage. Do you think basic? Do you got another one in there? If it's all right.
Get basic, right?
We have one more.
Yes. Come on.
Great.
Step up to the screen and you are interested in paying, yes?
Yes. Of course, like the one half, and then 1/2 at arrival, like normal.
Half and half. That seems good.
I really enjoy this normal discussion, but we are not having normal circumstances here, everyone.
Well, I mean, we were promised a discount.
Yes. By false. All right, fine, whatever. Yes, advance.
I mean, fairly the discount is we're charging you normal prices.
The discount is you get to leave.
Right.
This is fair.
Wesley just didn't mention it up front. You know.
Hey, how much would you all pay to go on a different ship out of here? That's right. That's why you're here.
Now I'm gonna need a roll.
What for?
I'm good because that's been a lot of negotiations. I'm gonna need a roll. I'm gonna need your merchanting sort of roll, if you do not mind.
Wait a minute. Merchanting.
Yeah, you've got it. It's your where is it? I even wrote it down. Broker.
Don't scare me with other words. I was like, merchant.
No, it's the broker.
Broker. Yeah. I can. This is probably social. All right. Yeah. I'm broking. Do I have anybody?
You get that
everyone
+2.
Helped me, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
you got
you're
that
right,
plus
you're
2
right.
because
I
of
do
the
plus 2.
the very scary the scary ride
Percy.
in, which will discourage people who are not as serious.
That's
All
right.
That's
Yeah,
all right.
guys, be scared. Be scared.
Level 17.
Okay.
Is that on the boon?
So,
Did I roll? Oh, I rolled the boon. I'm sorry.
oh,
That
no
is.
boom.
It is not the boon. It is. Can I even dissect this by looking at it? No, I can't. I'm gonna roll it again. 14.
Good.
That's good.
Yes, you're going to be able to get your 1 high, your 1 middle, your 2 basic, and your full 8 low birth passages, and 2 tons of greebles, and a ton of latex. On your ship,
Oh.
many of them are going to be with you for a very long time. A very, very long time. Also, you've agreed to take people as far as Janus, which is far further than you had said that you were planning on going. Because you'd planned on originally going to Assis and then heading back the other
I'm
direction.
taking people to Janus.
Yeah, you are, though.
No,
All the
no,
way
it
there.
says that. It says
Yeah.
that. But we're
Yeah,
not.
just
We're just
right
going
there,
to
you're
drop
taking
them
them.
off. We're going to drop them off.
All the
wherever
way.
we drop them off.
Yeah.
You say that now, but we're not
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm just saying, you're just all the way. All the way.
Where is even Janus?
It's Janus is, in case you were wondering, Janus
Yeah.
is
I don't even see it.
all the way over here.
Oh, that's quite the distance, isn't
That's
it?
what I said. We're not going there.
Oh, no,
That's
but you
only
already
one
booked passage.
That's only one jump farther than where we were going
It's
with.
true.
For
Yeah.
Oh, I never said we were
Yeah.
going there. We're going to Annis. I asked
I
this
mean,
whole time.
And then even
realistically,
further.
I think part of the conversation we have to have is how much murder we want to do. Like
I'm not
that's
doing-
that's
not
what
doing any
I'm
more. I'm
hearing.
just going to
out
drop
of
these
this.
people off, and if they leave us a bad review, we don't need to ever do this again.
But you're only, you're
we
only get,
are making to be fair, we are making a decent amount of money for this. If they end up, being
We're not
easy enough.
transport people. We just, all right, there you go. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Hop off. Where is it? Kansas.
so I will note that you'll be getting 1/2 and the rest of the half once you've dropped them off.
Right.
Australia's place notes that you're going to just kill them once their payment passages. Severance is going to space them, give them exposure to space. So
Pay them in exposure.
Hey, they're welcome.
this said, our chat has provided you with some people, and you can see the sort of the wreckage. But
193,500 credits.
Yo, that's not
Right
bad
now, or is that
though.
when we
Half and
when we
half.
finish it?
Half and half.
Yeah, that's when
do we
like
have
the
right now?
full of it is when we get there.
yep.
Right now we have 96,750 credits.
Oh,
I think you have a bit more than that. I'll have to double check because I feel like you got some good money from your last trading that you did. But I didn't see it in the sheet.
That's just passengers. Our actual haul is 438,370.
Yo.
This is just from the passage that we've booked.
I will note you
We
don't have to
booked.
give 10% to Drinax for your legal goods, but it's just your piracy.
That's all for us.
So,
We do have to go to Janus, apparently.
it's taking you. Oh,
Maybe it's a nice place.
Maybe it
filled
is.
with
It's still
lots
on the.
of rich ships really wanting to donate to our cause.
Oh, I see what's going on there.
This is the last time we're doing this. You know that, Wesley.
Wesley's like,
Wesley.
How
sorry.
many times we have to refuel this ship?
But aren't they going to help?
Who?
They're paying passage, right?
Wesley, let's
Paying
check
to
back with,
refuel.
Wesley, let's check back with you in a week when you're elbow deep in grebe shit, and we'll have this conversation again about philanthropy and the kindness of strangers.
Okay. Now, at this moment, something does happen.
Oh no.
Is it jacket time?
Yeah, the jacket happens.
What's happening?
Sorry. What? The dog is also having something happening over here.
The jacket's
The
happening.
jacket is happening.
It's happening.
The jacket.
Free jacket.
I wore this shirt so it would match the jacket when the jacket happened.
It did.
At that moment, your comms crackle to life.
Time to go.
It's so good to hear from you, Captain Harlock. Please, prepare. You have a visitor. And you can see
Who is
guards moving the crowd to the side. All the people who got their golden ticket to be on the ship to leave, and those who have not, sort of like milling about, and these sort of guards, and these are GDCO guards, which means they're wearing suits. Business
Suits
suits.
are here.
Oh, yes. And they're wearing business suits. They have like sort
Are they
of
trading for
rifles.
latex? We've got tons of it.
But do you know how okay, I'm going to say something. Please note, I'm going to say this. I'm probably going to offend some people, but I was in the Army, so that is how it is. You know how there's a moment in time when the Air Force decided to make their military uniforms look like they worked for Delta? It's like that. So it's like these are guards from GDCO, but they look like they're wearing like guard uniforms, but they look a little bit more like suits than they should for people who are theoretically guards. And they're moving, and behind them is this man. And this man has got perfect skin, probably a little bit too perfect, no lines on his face at all. Again, his hair is black and wavy, and it's got like the perfect body, but it's a little bit of a pomade in there, giving a little bit of a slickness. And he's wearing this gray suit, and he's wearing because it's the future, a shirt, a button-down shirt, but like with a banded collar, right? And he's got the shiniest shoes, and he's walking in the midst of these guards who are there to basically push the rabble out of the way, so that they don't, get in the way. And he sort of marches right up to the top of the gangplank.
We're full now, sorry. We're done. We're full.
And he's not speaking. You can hear basically what you're hearing is probably the command tower. And it is indeed space Botox. And you hear, and they say, and you hear the person who's contacting you like, Captain, I'm glad to welcome you. This is a great honor that you have. And the man is just standing there. He's not speaking, he's just waiting. This is a great honor that you have because normally he doesn't come up to the high port to meet with you all. But our director of GDCO on Marduk has chosen to come visit you. He has some questions, and if you will let him in, the guards tell me that he's there at your gangplank, and he would like to visit. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day from GDCO.
No, it's
Thank you,
Mr.
GDCO.
GDCO himself.
Mr. Co. So should we leave? Should we go? We should.
Nobody's on board yet. None of the passengers are on board.
Why should they come aboard?
I just realized I was muted. I think before he comes on board, Tarika will their eyes will get really big, and they'll turn around and look at everyone, and they'll be like, they'll slap the comms off, and then they'll say, "We can't say anything about the natives we met down there. If we tell GDCO, then everyone else is going to find out, and they're just going to be exploited."
Why would we tell him anything about anything we've done?
Why are we letting them on the ship? We could just leave, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of credits that we would be missing out on.
They paid us. They paid us the half. Was that what
Not yet.
happened?
Not
'Cause
yet.
They're not on
They
the
haven't
ship.
been on yet.
Oh, that's what
We
our
haven't loaded
scanning
people
was.
up.
Right, fine.
Once-
They can landlock us too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh.
can
And they have
lock the
missiles.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Also, they
hilarious.
were. I think this was the person we were supposed to meet in
Right, yeah, I think
Lowport
it was.
Yeah.
with the
Yeah,
with the
And
quest.
before we got destroyed.
I hate the
Um,
look of him. Let him on.
At least have the
Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you, Captain Harlock.
Listen, we can sit here and not let him on. However, we're going to get locked here. They're going to shoot us. It's going to be so much of a bigger pain in the ass. You can do whatever you want, but I think it's best just to deal with him and then get him out of our hair.
Captain Harlock was also the name that we gave them whenever we landed.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure you weren't mad over saying
No, I wasn't mad.
Oh, okay. Val will be quiet now.
But that's also just how Severance is.
he being a shit right now, or is okay? He's just
It
being a
can
shit.
be both.
Yeah, it can be both. All right, I guess open the door.
Harlock would look at Val. We're totally fine. We're totally fine, and just like kind of.
This guy came with his own theme music.
It's gonna get louder if we don't let him on.
Yeah, he's like he's getting played off at the Oscars.
I'm coming through our comms. This is awful. Yeah, open the door.
It's like being forced to listen to somebody's Spotify list.
Shh.
What is this? Fucked Up Circus playlist?
And I wish it were, but it is not. I wish I were. And he does have this fanfare that starts playing through your speakers to announce him.
Well, that's arrogant.
Are you done? Is
Love
that
this guy.
it? Is that
This is
his?
definitely David Bowie. All I can see is David
is.
Bowie. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Remind me of a thing.
And he sort of walks in and he goes, "Yes, well, greetings, Captain
Yes.
Harlock."
Welcome to our ship.
And then he
Please
just
come in.
points to his guards and goes, "They cannot enter just yet. We have business." And he points, and he's just referring to the rabble outside. And
I thought he meant his guards. It's like, oh, that's
Right.
a good way.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah, and
Right.
Jaeger's like,
Guards
"Wait,
stay,
I should be allowed to get," and like, the
Oh,
guard's
one
like, "No."
moment. We'll be with you in a moment. Yes, please come.
Shut up, thank you.
Come in and have a seat here in our lounge.
And he sort of walks in and looks at, and he sort of, you can see him walking in as you're all walking towards the lounge, and the doors shut behind with all the people waiting and people sort of milling about. And your director walks with you towards your lounge, and this is where we're going to end the episode as he sits down.
Oh, no.
Fantastic.
Bum, bum, bum.
And then we take
Yeah.
off and we abduct him and we ransom him.
Great idea.
You
They
thought
won't
we were
shoot us
going on
down
a
with-
side quest.
His hair is so perfect, though. You just have to know it. He's got like the perfect hair.
You won't shoot us down with him on board.
He's also
Oh.
afraid of Americans.
He
What?
is afraid of Americans, but he's afraid of the world. Do you know? But actually, I kind of feel like he's the man who sold the world, to be honest. But anyhow, this is the end of our episode. I say that I love this cast. I especially love chat. Because
Yes.
chat gave me passengers, and I want you to know that I've got all of y'all. All of y'all passengers are here. They're waiting. And I want to say, just a side note,
Not getting to where they want to go. Sorry.
I love that you gave them some 5 and 6 jump passengers, because that's going to cause them some conundrums. That's all.
Oh, good.
No promises. Jack.
Yeah.
Sorry, you wasted
Yeah.
all these points. But
Yeah, yeah. You're going to have
Hey,
all these
you
people.
spent a little time with us. That's no waste.
Oh, okay,
We got
so
a huge queue. Get out here. We've got more to pick up. Oh, look, we got more people. Yes, come on in. Sorry. gotta
some
go,
of them are
gotta
only
leave.
some of them are only 2 to 3 jumps. That's nice. You can get rid of them sort of quicker.
Get
But you're
rid
going to
of
have
them.
people awake
Interesting
and
choice of
around.
words.
Yeah, you're going to have people
Thing
awake and
is, when you
around for.
drop people off. More
quite
people
some
are going to
time.
want to come on
Yeah.
because of this system now. So we're
Just
going to
drop-
always have people because this is just now. This is what we do. You have
Fantastic.
to
I love
pilot
it.
around these.
I love everything about it.
around these.
I want to know how you're going to go
transporters.
pirate with these folks. That's what I want to
What
know.
happened?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited
can-
for it.
I've
Listen,
got
we
tons
know
of
what
drugs I could put in the
I was
van.
gonna say we know what rooms are gonna be in. Hit the gas systems a little bit, knock them out for just like a few hours. That'll be fine. Wake up
Oh, and
nice
the
and
gas
refreshed.
system.
Yeah.
We can Langolier them. We can just take the O2 out of the place, let them pass out, and then we're good.
You'll be
I
fine.
do have a specialty in life support. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey.
I love it. I love it. I love chat. I love that rather than like like a 2 jump, a 1 jump, they're like, no, 6. We're gonna have you for months. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. You don't even know. And by the way, chat, all of the people who have not been picked up, they'll be at all the other stations. If you put
Following
your
us.
points in,
Schrodinger's
here.
crew, Schrodinger's transport.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
are the Schrodinger's passengers? Where are the Grieb? Where are they going? Do we know?
The cargo.
We don't. Yeah, I know.
they-
They were going
they-
to Aces, they said.
yeah, they're going to ASUS.
Oh, you meant ultimately. Well, some
Ultimately,
of
they're
them
going
are
to
still
ASUS.
going there because we're gonna get half of them. So
Mm. Oh, so good, so good. All right. Oh, I think there was a thing that I wanted to do with that, but don't worry about it. I wanted to make it so that you could only do I can't remember what it was. Anyway, nonetheless, I want you all to introduce yourselves. I'm going to go and pull up our donations, but while I'm doing that, I would love for some outros with my best cast ever. This was episode 9, y'all. Oh, sorry, one other thing. I need an episode title. Chat, get on it. Episode title.
Get greeby.
Love us or grieve us.
Oh, so good. All right, I would love an
Green
outro.
comes and waves.
If you could say who you are and where we can find you next, and then give some love to somebody else in the cast. And let's go with Ari.
Hi, I'm Ari, Ari Ventures. You can find me online at Instagram and Twitter and things like that. Or you can see me on stage at Unexpected Productions here in Seattle, Washington. Here's the thing. The love that I have today goes toward that interaction between Wesley and Severance, where it was just this moment that I feel like I caught a glimpse of Severance, the captain that Severance can become, right? And at the same time, we got to see more of who Wesley is and where he's come from, and this like there's this huge part of me as like Ari who's like, I'm gonna have to like remember that Tarika does not know any of this stuff yet. Because like I think there's so much in their histories that's similar. And that moment of just like seeing both rich sides of these characters that was played so well by the two of you, that's where my love goes, because it was just gorgeous, fucking gorgeous.
Oh, okay, next up, since you mentioned the Baron, or whoever this person might be, we're going to go with Myth next. Who are you? Where can we find you? And, get some love.
Hi, everyone. It's me, Cord, or Mythomatic. You can follow me, mythomatic.tv, where you can see all of the things I do. There'll be more things there soon. I have, like, some merch soon, and that's, like, the only one, but there will be more. So if you're interested, that'll probably be where it is, mythomatic.tv, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I played Severance tonight, Baron Severance, and really liked tonight's episode. Really, I told everybody before we started, I was like, all right, just warning you, Severance is back on the ship. He's going to be an asshole again. And they're all like, okay, thank you. So that was fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed tonight. I enjoyed having that scene with Troop and having to just have that talk with Wesley. I feel like, because sometimes it's just overwhelming when there's a bunch of people in the same room that all are blaming you for something, It's like, maybe I should, this is pretty, there's a lot happening here. So I did want to have like that moment, just a little bit of humanizing Severance a bit, but also I wanted to see what the hell was going on with Wesley. Because we learned from that previous scene that Wesley, his ID is faulty for something. So anyway, it was cool. I really loved it. I really want to give my love to Trooper tonight for swapping from that scene and then going right into Karine's scene and having that same. It wasn't the same energy, but it kept the same sort of flow from one scene to another and two different characters, which was just really well done, and just it was very seamless to just see that sort of transition between both of those contrasting characters. So well done, Troop. That was fucking dope. And also the yes-anding of doing the donut and also doing the turn and burn and just being like, all right, I'm doing both. Was super cool. It was cool to see, and I really enjoyed also blabbering through the microphone, and then of course having just the crew, because I felt like the crew was there being like, no, yes, no, yes, yes, no, it's 60K. And it was just really fun to have that. And of course, thank you, Greg, for being our purser and our quartermaster here, as you are checking the boxes and doing our logistic management. So thank you for that. It's a dope system. I really like this. And yeah, I'll see y'all next week, and we'll see who the hell this person's about.
And I just feel like you've just given me so many presents. Chat did, really, and you picked them up. I'm so excited for it. But since you mentioned...
We picked them up, but we may not drop them off, so no promises, chat. You may not end up where you want to go. Sorry.
Just gonna note, I do have a whole set for when people do sketchy things, how the world will react. It's cool. So, but you didn't.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about
We're
it.
pirates. We're allowed to.
Yeah. Since you mentioned the doc, Greg, you're next.
Fantastic. Hi, my name is Greg, Grimjack21502. I'm not on social media, but I can be found over at the Discord. If you have questions, please at me over there. I'd be happy to answer anything or just chat about this awesome cast and awesome GM and awesome system and awesome game and awesome campaign, or anything else that's awesome. I'm apparently have a thing. Anywho, so it's great. I love everybody. I think that my love, especially tonight, for this particular moment, has to be the cattle call scene. I know that it's been stated, but pulling up and having all these people, for one, okay, so Greg didn't buy the whole Grebe sob story at all. Like I didn't, all that bullshit about we're so desperate to get it. I was like, fuck these people. I don't give a shit what happens to them. But I think that made it all the more beautiful because now everybody watch the video back, watch the VOD back. Oh, the whole crew walks up. Fuck these Grebes. We're not letting them on. And one by one, these fuckers drop on me. And they're like, oh no, we've got to have them on. Oh, they're so sad. Let's let them on, Greg. And anyway, whatever. It was fine.
The reason why we have them is because they can't tell secrets. And if they see the other cargo is illegal, who are they going to tell?
Right, whatever. They're all asleep. And I'm telling you, the Grebes aren't going to tell anybody.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
anyway, I think it's fantastic. I said it during the game. Val might not want all these people in there for obvious reasons, but Greg wants everybody. So chat, come up with the craziest fucking people you can think of and put them on this boat. Because I 100% love everything about this. I love having these sketchy fuckers on here. This is my favorite thing. The latex salesman. The fuck was that all about? I love it. But I love it. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I want this shit. Give me the latex guy who's combing the universe with a ton of latex suits. I mean, that's a spin-off. That's like a whole other fucking show. Right. He's just got, what am I gonna do with these 1,000 pounds? You know, I mean, this is the craziest shit. Anywho, I love it all. I couldn't love it anymore. I'll see y'all next week. And I will get a full list of the passengers and what we're charging all of them, both the upfront price and the full price should they make it all the way, and give it to the rest of the crew sometime this week. Everybody else have a wonderful weekend. I know mine started amazingly. See you all next time.
Oh, which of course leads us with our other co-captain, the hard-ass Harlock who cares about no one. Or does she? Rocket!
You know, will she admit that she cares about these people very deeply and is going to maybe develop such a relationship with their cut of the Grebes that maybe she'll have a hard time letting go? I don't know. I don't want to project. But yeah, hello everyone. I am Rocket Fox. And you can find me in all of the places, but especially on Sunday, you can find me over on Cybernation Uncensored, where I will be playing where I'll be knocking things over on my desk, but I will also be playing the morning play, and I'm going to be doing some Minecraft, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I get real startled. And yeah, aside from that, though, I've got to say, I don't want to repeat what everyone has said, and Greg took the latex salesman from me. But the scene with Wesley and Severance was just absolutely fantastic. That was amazing. The scene with Karine and Tarika, just again, like especially back to back, that was amazing. I so appreciate the number crunching that Greg is doing, because Lord knows I'm not going to do it. Yeah, but the catalog scene was incredible, which does bring me to who I have to say is my highlight for the evening. MVP, I think, has to go here to Bucky making his debut on live stream. Really, I really felt like just fully took the part in, really chewed on it, digested it, and really put himself there. It's as if he was on the ship, just staring in with his
Thank you for
dead
being
eyes.
so vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, just really, really put something in there that but other than that, as always, Trooper making an incredible world, amazing NPCs, making the entire experience just absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's what I got.
I just have some evil thoughts, and they're all because Greg just doesn't trust my massive sob story with some exotic pets. Which, good on you, and I'm excited for what's going to happen there because yeah. So Ari is going to drop right now, though. So Ari, I just want to say I want to thank. I'm going to give my love first. My love is going to go to this wonderful cast. This is episode 9, which is wild. We have 3 episodes left for season 1. I will note season 2 is a go. We'll be coming back on the 24th of March for season 2. So that's very exciting, and we'll have all sorts of good stuff. But I want to give love.
Got to go to Janice in 3 episodes? Oh boy.
You're not going to get to Janice in 3 episodes, but you're gonna because things are gonna happen from here to there. But we've got time.
The hell we raise along the way.
It's the hell you raise along the way.
Right,
but
we're dropping them off in 3 episodes.
That's it. We don't care where we are.
Push them out on a gas line. Whoopsie.
So I just want to say, I want to give love to Ari. I love, there's some subtle work that I thought was really great. The kind of, there was a kind of a tenseness of like, everything is fine, like holding it together. That was, and I saw like the Harlock and others were like, ooh, something's not right with our Tarika, but everybody noticed it, but nobody said anything. And I loved it. Like there's a little time bomb right there. And I appreciated having Karine be like, oh yeah, no, I'm coming from a point where you have to like kill people sometimes. It's fine. Like if I have to kill some people, great. But just having the ability to sort of like thinking about seeing where Tarika's coming from with like Tarika's, their hopes and their dreams for like what this thing might be and how that's going to develop. I think that's really interesting. I also want to give love to Cord, to Myth, because Severance said really great things to Wesley, who has got a lot going on, and it was the right questions, right? It was these questions like, okay, well, all right, but what about this? It wasn't like, why are you lying to us? It was just it was very empathetic, but also a lot of good command presence there. And that was like a really wonderful thing. That also said a lot about Severance and where they're coming from. Also, I gotta say, I love that
0.25 in leadership.
Right?
I'm learning.
I love that the doc is like, no, not what I love about the doc is a doctor who heals people, does not trust anyone though, and is like, no, all this is sketchy, and I love it so much. I love the kind of, I love how close the doctor holds things to his chest, and how you just know there are going to be some bombs dropped, and those bombs might be drugs. We don't know, but it'll probably be a little bit of murder, and I'm very excited for it. But I want to give love to that moment when the Harlock and the doctor were talking to each other, that those two got to have the sort of ways in which they were talking about the kind of experiences they had and what was going on. And there was something very close. Like you knew that those people had both known each other for a very long time. And so I just want to give love to this entire cast for that. Ari, go. Bye.
Mwah. Bye, guys.
All right, fuck off. Fuck off, Ari.
Good. No, not good, but But this is, by the way, everyone, this is the best thing about we're using Guest Star, which is the new Twitch thing, which gives you individual feeds so that when somebody leaves, we don't have to do all the madness, which is wonderful. And Ari's going to go and get some food from a food truck right now.
That looks amazing.
That looks amazing.
Like an exclusive food truck. It's very important.
And me, I'm troopersjp. I've been your GM, and you can find me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern over at Balrog 1911 for Tales from the Brinkwood, where I'm playing as Smith, and also Sunday night at 8 p.m. Over at Praxagor the Smithoria's channel, where I'll be playing in The Witcher, our last season of The Witcher. And I'm playing a very arrogant, terrible, horrible human being, which you should meet because math is the best worst. So that said, I would like to read off our donations in the great thanks to those who have donated. So I would like to thank Scabbynack, who cheered 200 bits. Thank you. Hawkeye, who I'm going to be watching the wrestling that happened on Wednesday because there's a big fight between Myth and I need to know what happened because I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. And Myth cheered 500 bits, who said, time for what often is the best part of the week. I thank you, and I agree. This is the best part of the week. I get to just be here. I want to thank the whole cast for the Grebes. By the way, cast, Grebes, all of it. Love it. And then Rissa tipped $20, who said, looking forward to the chat surprise, whatever it is. And it was passengers. I did that one. Will and TW cheered 200 bits with the messages. The last two scenes of part one were so awesome. Severance and Wesley, Karine and Tarika, both NPCs with secrets. And also, thanks for another amazing episode. Thank you, Willen, who's our note taker. Drathdeer, who is amazing, tipped $25, but no message, although I imagine the message is amazing.
No one has any luck tonight, I just realized.
No luck.
No one lucked tonight.
I suppose you'll need it later. And then Stormbender 327, who's one of our new folks in the Foxhole, who's lovely, cheered 100 bits and said, loved this cast, having a blast. Thank you all. Thank you all. And I especially want to thank our three sponsors. We have a special sponsor tier on Patreon, which is $200, which is enough to pay for the players for 1 week.
Thank you
and
so much.
Yes. And I want to thank Hawkeye, Will and TW, and KY Hawkeye, Will and TW, and also Avita and Amoeba for being our sponsors. We have one sponsor slot open, and you heard the sponsor ad for Hawkeye this week. Next week, you'll hear another one, because one of the things you get is special credits, but also a special ad. And I'm going to just tease that Avita Amoeba's ad, because she became a sponsor during this campaign, is going to be a GDCO ad.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Just so you know. Wait for it.
That's exciting.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all of you who are hanging out there on YouTube and watching us. Thank you who are watching us live or supporting us. Come and hang out. Join our Discord if you like. Chat with us. Do the things. And take care of yourselves. Be kind. Be wonderful. And please note, I have got all those passengers, and they're all waiting. Thank you, everybody. Take care. And we will, catch you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody.